We're supposed to be live. Let me make double check. We're live now. I'm waiting on the mic check. Weeb, go ahead, do your mic check. We're live now. I'm waiting on the mic check. Weeb, go ahead,
Oh
do your
boy.
mic check. We're live now. I'm waiting on the mic check. Weeb, go ahead,
Oh
do your
boy.
mic check. We're live now. Yeah,
Somebody spoke the low.
I said Weeb because Weeb most of the time has the one that's having issues. And he seems to be having issues. Are you here, Weeb? If you're talking, we're not hearing you. You need to leave and come back. That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, he's not even lighting up. He's not even lighting
Wait.
up
Yeah,
green.
precisely. That's why I said precisely Weeb. Because I was
So,
afraid of that
Hey,
happening.
yeah,
Here.
maybe you should have done a mic check before you went live.
I will try that and see how that works. Let me see. Say something.
Yeah, I just did.
Something.
Yeah, I just did.
Okay, we are live. And yeah, we're live. And Kay was the first one to join in. So Kay, how are you, lady? And what you been playing?
I'm doing very good. Yeah, I'm still playing Bloodborne. It's been a little slow going because I've been working, 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. But I am home for a few days, so I should be able to knock it out while I'm home.
I have the feeling you're gonna knock some sleep while you're at home. But we'll see about that. How far are you?
How far am I in the game?
Yeah.
I'm just about to go in, I guess, Mensis, I think is how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to do that part of the game.
Gotcha. Good luck. Weep, how are you, my man?
I'm good. Assuming you can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you. Cause I
Yeah.
made sure to double check that.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I've been playing Plague Tale. I've paused that for the moment because I'm playing Bayonetta 3. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm chapter 13 Plague Tale, so no spoilers yet if you finished it already. Um, I think I'm probably gonna hop back in tomorrow just to finish it up because I think it's not that much anymore. So far, it's a beautiful game. I think narrative-wise, I probably like the first one better than this one because
Interesting. I disagree, but you're allowed to have your wrong opinion. Continue.
all right. Yeah, I knew you would say that because you're a graphics whore. We all know that.
No, 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 no. I love it from the gameplay aspect.
Yeah, but
Not from the graphic aspect. No. Especially the final boss from the first one. No, thank you. Give me this one.
no, I like the first one better. But I'm more of a narrative guy, so I don't I don't care if the gameplay is better or the graphics are better. If the narrative sucks, then I will prefer the first one. And yeah, I mean the writing could definitely use some work, and the story it does feel like some of the parts could have been cut. Like I think it was chapter 10 or 11. With the island with the slavers, that entire part of the story was such a waste of time. Like they could have just give us a cliff note of that one. Um, so yeah, I
Wait,
mean, it's
you're telling me chapter 10 is a waste of time?
the one with the slavers. Yeah, that's fucking a waste of time.
Come on! Out of all chapters, that chapter, yeah, this is why I'm waiting on everyone to have played it, that wanna play it, so we can have an open conversation about it. But continue.
Yeah, I mean, I I don't know what to tell you. It does feel the game is a bit unnecessarily bloated because of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know. I like the characters better in the first one because this one, like Amisha, is kind of annoying, especially the beginning where she's just doom and gloom and constantly complaining. And the kid annoys me more this time as well than the first game. So I don't know. I mean, it might be that too much of a good thing is I guess
Interesting.
bad. And overall, it's not that I hate it or anything. I mean, the game was beautiful. I love the set pieces with the rat hack, as I'll call it, is pretty amazing. Definitely a showcase of Unreal 5 capabilities. But yeah, I've heard some people also say like it feels more like a tech demo, and that's also kind of the feeling I'm having a bit. I think if they ever make a third one, I don't know. Again, I don't know how it ends, but they hopefully they'll polish that more. Both narrative writing and the animations also. I mean, I know some people were trying to compare this to Naughty Dog. I mean, just looking at the animations and the walking animations and facial animations, yeah, not even close. Not even close. Okay, but I'll let you know what I think about it when I finish it.
Gotcha. What was the double sense? Does that impact you?
I generally don't really care that much about DualSense, so it's not going to change my mind on the game in any regard.
Gotcha.
But Bayonetta 3 is fine so far. It's I mean, I can see people saying that I do hope that either Nintendo comes out with a Switch 2 or this franchise goes multiplayer at some point. But
Struggling for frames, eh?
No, it's not struggling. It's just that you can clearly see like it's not capable of rendering beautiful environments like you're used to from Killzone games. That's kind of thing where I say, I do wish that this franchise could get back to on the real consoles. But other than that, I mean, it's I'm like very early in, so I don't know where it's going to end. But the stories definitely step up. I do feel more intrigued by it than the first two games. Also, don't really notice the change in voice actor. You sometimes do hear that's Jennifer Hill, but overall, I don't think it's distracting or anything that they changed it. It's doing a good job, and there's a lot of improvements or changes. If you would have played the first two games, I don't know if you have, but you would definitely notice that they made some changes where, especially with the summons, you can control them now. You can use particular move sets when you have them equipped. So that's pretty interesting. The only problem I have is I think this game is again not really made for the Switch, because if you play on the handhelds, I've had certain sections where Bayonetta is so small I can't even see her. So you definitely want to play this on full screen. But yeah, overall looks great, sounds great as well. Soundtrack's absolute killer. So looking forward to continue playing, and hopefully I can finish that before God of War drops.
Gotcha. Viper. How are you, man, and what you been playing?
It was good. How's it going, panel chat?
You
The Strangers of Paradise is platted, done out of the way. That was my surprise game of the year for me. Not game of the year, like game of the year, but for me, it was a
Hidden
surprise.
Gem.
I didn't think I was. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and it grew on me. So, platinum that, finished that. Dialfield Chronicles. I'm on chapter 5. Get this. The meat of the story started changing around the end of chapter 4. But that's not the. I'm going back and forth between that and the Plague's Tale Requiem. So, Plague's Tale. Now, I I kind of like the second one. I'm only on chapter. I'm just hitting chapter 10, not 10. So, I guess that's the chapter that we was just complaining about.
Yes.
Once I get through it, I'll see how it is. I do like two so far, slightly better. Part one, remember you had a problem with leaving the child behind. They got rid of that mechanic. I'm very happy
Yep.
for that.
I'm
Um,
absolutely happy for that. Yeah, that's
yeah,
one of the best things they have ever decided to do.
I do disagree that you have to take him everywhere with you though. Like when you're climbing up something, you always have to boost
Yeah.
him up with you. I mean, he could just stay his little ass on the ground while you go get the damn chest or whatever. But other than that, game's been good. I've also been playing PGA Tour 2K23. Just realized I bought the PS4 version by accident a couple of weeks ago and had to buy the PS5 version full price. So um,
Damn.
yeah, double whammy. But on the good note, my stars is phenomenal. My PlayStation stars. No, but that's all I've been playing. And I'm about halfway to platinum in both Plague's Tale and Dialfield.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Ghost, my man, legendary Ghost, how are you? Yeah, what do you
I'm
want to say
doing
about
good,
that?
man. Doing good, man. I'm doing good, everyone. What's up? Panel and chat, and
Been a
just
while.
it's been a minute. It's been a minute, man. But I'm
Oh,
here. I'm out here. You know what I mean?
okay.
I have been playing Game Pass on my Game Pass. On Game
Ghost,
Pass. No, I don't. I don't fuck with Game Pass.
the mute button is ready, just so you
Yeah,
know.
I've been playing
Don't
Game
test
Pass.
me.
In Game Pass. No, I've been playing Modern Warfare 2, loving it. Uh, And then 2K, of course. And then I haven't had a whole lot of free time, but basically just 2K, Destiny 2, and now of course I'm sinking my teeth into Modern Warfare 2, and I'm just gearing up for Gears of War and enjoying life. Like I told you earlier, I got 9 days.
Hold up. Wind it back. Did you just say Gears of War?
Did I say Gears of War? I'm sorry, I meant God of War.
The
Okay,
blasphemy.
yeah. My bad. Yeah, that's the tongue right there. No, I'm gearing up for God of War. Gears of War. Wow. Yeah, God of War. Just looking forward to it, man. I'm trying to, I'm doing the Matrix on these leaks, and so I'm not trying to expose myself to them, but just like I said, I'm gearing up. I'm done, and I got 9 days, so I'm just. I don't know if everyone knew, but like my house down in Florida got destroyed, so just dealt with that and are dealing with that, and just got back from Florida, just wrapping up all that stuff. So with the insurance and claims adjuster and all that stuff. So, but other than that, man, life is good.
Cool, cool, cool. By the way, did you drop Sword and Fairy 7 or did you finish it?
Say what?
Did you finish Sword and Fairy 7 or did you drop it?
Come again?
Did you finish Sword and Fairy 7 or did you drop it?
One more time.
I
You know who you're talking to. I know what you said. I heard you the first
no no
time.
I thought maybe I was saying it the wrong way. That's why.
No, Omar, you know who you're talking to. You know who you're talking to. That's the scary question.
Okay. Yeah, I knew that. Morgan, how are you? What you been playing?
I'm good. I'm good. How's everybody on the panel? Well, played a few
This is like
games.
I'm good. I'm good. How's everybody doing?
Played Plague's Tale, finished it, platinumed it, loved it. Probably one of my top games this year so far.
I feel you.
Yeah, it's really good. Played also played Tiny Kin, finished that.
I
Really
feel
good
you.
indie.
Did you get the platinum?
I did not. I am one trophy away from the platinum,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know if I'm gonna get it because it's collect all the Tiny Kins. And I
Oh,
thought I did. I
you're
thought I
fucked.
did, but I can't seem to find the ones I'm missing, and there's no kind of counter or anything in the game. So I have to like go to every level and search every crevice to find whatever tiny can I'm missing. And I don't know how many I'm missing or which levels they're located in. And I spent like 2 hours searching the game and I still can't find it. So maybe I'll come back to it one day and try to find those last few I'm missing, but I don't know. It's annoying because it's the only trophy I'm missing. So.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part. Because you look everywhere, you think you've got everything, and it can literally be in a fuck away alley where you have no idea where.
Yeah,
and you're
and
like,
I swear. That's why I was very thorough going through the game. Like I made sure, at least I thought, to check every single, space, area, crevice, whatever, to get every tiny can before I went on to the next level. But I'm apparently missing a few.
Why don't you just cheat like a Nate and look up a guide?
See,
if you look up a guide, it's gonna take almost like what, another 5-6 hours.
There's different people say there's different numbers, so I'm like, I don't know who's right. Like, there's like, oh, there's this many tiny can, and there's another guy that's like, oh, well, there's this many, and I'm like, okay, but y'all have two different numbers, so I don't know who's right.
Also, what makes it even worse, just an example, is one tiny quote-unquote tiny can explodes, and so his number doesn't add up.
The red tiny cans.
Precisely, so you don't know how many you collected or how many you have used.
And then the blue one's annoying too, the electric.
Oh, that's also one. So it's everything working against you. I feel you. I beat it as well. It's a short game.
They should have just put a counter of how many you should have in each level. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't do that. But yeah, it was a cute game though. Fun game.
It was a fantastic game. Wish it was longer, but it was great. Yeah.
It was fun. And I'm also playing currently Gotham Knights with the Nate. That's fun. I will say it's a game that I think people should play co-op. Like I feel like you'll have a better time if you're playing with someone versus by yourself. Because by yourself, there's just not enough to grasp your attention. Like I feel like if I had played this game by myself, I probably would have dropped it within the first 3 or 4 hours. I would have been like, all right, I'm kind of over this.
So
but,
you're saying
I was
you want to
FPS.
play the game with someone to help you shit on it to make it a better experience.
Misery loves company. So, bring somebody else along to shit on the game with you. Like, oh man, look at this shit. Like, oh, look, we both fucked up here.
Make fun of it together as you go through it and just come up with as many jokes as you can.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we've been doing. It's been pretty funny making fun of the game. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend. Oh god, definitely not stable at all. Barely hitting those 30 frames. Like,
oh shit!
Riding the motorcycle is jarring as fuck. It's just it stutters a lot. But at the times it needs to be stable, I guess it's stable enough. Like when I'm fighting and shit. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend this game at full price, 70 or the $90 edition that I got. But I would say pick it up like on Black Friday around like $30 to $50.
Hold up, excuse you? $90 edition?
Listen, I need to get all the perks, like all everything that they had to offer. All right, so I can get the full experience. All right. Don't get mad at me. And they bought the $90 edition too. Don't look. Don't take this out on me.
I knew she was about to snitch.
Okay, if Inez jump from a bridge, you gonna follow him?
Listen, I just don't want all the fire coming at me. All right, because I'm the only one.
So what does it come? Does it come with an actual ribbon?
I'll be honest with you, that extra $20, like what they gave you, is not worth $20. It should have been like $10. I don't don't know why they charged 20.
It should have been like 10.
It was like an extra. It was like a suit, an extra suit,
extra
colorway,
materials
and some crafting materials. Yeah, it wasn't enough to justify an extra $20.
So you're saying
Oh my god, go
Flushing
ahead.
a toilet gives you more content than what the game did.
Oh man. I mean, yeah, when I flush a toilet, it serves a purpose. So yeah,
So you're telling me you got over
Does its job,
you?
right?
yeah.
So you're telling me you got fucked over twice? First by buying the
Listen,
game, and two by buying it as.
listen. Look. It's not the greatest game in the world. It's not the worst game I've ever played. It's not the greatest game I've ever played. But I was like I said I will say that I've had fun with it just because I've been playing with someone. But if if I played this by myself, it would have been like I would have dropped it and probably been mad and been ranting on Twitter about it. But it has its moments. Like I think the all the different suits and colorways and shit like that. I think that's nice. The customization in the game. I think they give you like a lot of different styles and shit like that. And I do like the fighting animations. Well, like their finishers and shit like that. So it has some positives to it. It has some positives. The story's okay. Definitely the bottom of all the Arkham stories, but like
Real talk, from what I have heard of the story, that's so disrespectful, it's not even funny.
Yeah, it's not, and I wouldn't put it anywhere in the Arkham series. Like,
No. It's not about that. It's but about what they said versus what it actually is.
What do you mean?
Hello, Crime Stoppers. This is Chill Bandit. Like to.
Oh man.
I'm not gonna spoil it. Finish the game first, and then I will let you rage at it.
Man, like, look, I've come to terms with this game and accepted that it's not it's not Arkham. You can't go into it thinking you're gonna get Arkham. You just got to go into it just going in there expecting just mindless fun. You can't go into it getting serious and be like, oh man, this ain't nothing like, you can't try to compare it to PlayStation games or Arkham games. You just gotta go with it like, you know what, this is a mindless, stupid ass, fun little co-op game.
Okay.
And take it for what it is. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Nate, how are you? What you been playing?
Yeah, I'm good. Obviously, right now, one of the main things is Gotham Knights, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Largely, like she said, because we're playing co-op and it's fucking funny.
Wait, before you go, I do want to say that the reason we're late is Nate's fault. He made us play Gotham Knights before we got here, so we were in the middle of a mission when the podcast started, and I was like, "Oh my god, the podcast is starting." He was, but he was like, "Fuck it, fuck Omar, fuck everything he stands for. Let's keep playing the game." All right, that's what he said. Man. Those were his words.
So number one,
Omar forgets us. So I mean, even Steven.
You guys do realize I have the mute button here, but keep on.
You can't.
We already know you turn your hearing aid down.
Me today, so.
Yeah, you can't pause it, and I knew y'all were doing intros anyway, so I was like, they ain't gonna be done before we're done with this mission. So
See?
I was
selfish.
I was like, I'll be like they say, God may not show up when you think you need him, but he's always on time.
Oh man, this nigga compared himself to God now. Oh man,
we were in here on
the God
time.
complex. Listen to this man. I need y'all to listen. This is what I gotta deal with on a daily. Jesus.
But so yeah, but like I said, it's been a lot of fun. I've been having fun with it. Like she said, Black Friday pickup, I think it's totally worth it. But especially you gotta play it with someone else. Like, it's just, I'm not saying you're not gonna enjoy it, because I've definitely seen people playing solo that are definitely enjoying it. So I'm not saying you're not, but yeah, so not just playing it with someone random either. Like, you gotta play with somebody else.
No. I'm trying to convince Viper to play it with me. We will see how that goes.
Do it, Viper. Do it for Gotham.
Do it for Gotham. But yeah, no, it's big. It makes a big difference who you play with. You can have a lot of fun with it. Personally, I think Viper would really like it, because stat-wise and stuff, all the little RPG mechanics and stuff in it, you can really get over geared and go crazy. and some of the elemental effects and stuff that take place later. I will say one thing that's a huge gripe for me that I've been extraordinarily vocal about on Twitter is that I believe that the other two characters are freaking useless in comparison to Robin and Batgirl. I think they're the only
Girl's the
useful
best.
characters. Yeah, like they are
So you're
so
telling
much
me
stronger.
Nightwing and Red Hood are pointless?
Yeah,
Because I
they're
wanted to
trash.
use Red
Yeah,
Hood because he
I mean
sounds
you can
cool with
try
his
it.
skills and all
Yeah,
that jazz.
Don't listen to him. You can have fun with Red Hood.
yeah, like I mean
And Nate's
go
just a
for
hater.
it. But yeah, like the way his skills are laid out, hell no. But yeah, I mean, I know Solid Rev or whatever, and a couple other people had played Red Hood and they like him. But yeah, the way the game, like the majority of their skills wouldn't work or wouldn't proc in the majority of the scenarios that you're in when you're either directly fighting or in close combat
So
or stealth.
so what you're saying is he's like the Zangief of Arkham Knights.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, that's actually really good because one of his main skills that you have to do in order to proc his entire middle tree is to grapple someone.
Oh
So
boy.
yeah, yeah. So he's exactly that.
Okay, I got
um,
you. What else you
but
playing?
yeah,
Because I don't think
uh,
you're only getting fucked by but one game twice. You must be
nah,
playing some
nah,
other game.
nah. But yeah, like I said, I'm not mad at it. Obviously, I'm playing through the campaign for Modern Warfare 2 on veteran because that's how I roll when I play Modern Warfare. There's no other way to play it.
This
Um,
nigga.
and that's been fun. The game is gorgeous. Um, and I had a little bit of fun in the multiplayer already. Me and my main homie linked back up so we can get our multiplayer on. So that's going to be fun. He's already dropping damn near our 5.0 KD. So our setups are coming together. Um, so yeah, that's been really thoroughly fun. I went back to make a little bit of progress in 13 Sentinels. So I was making some progress on that. And then I ran a little bit of Forza. I had to finish an event on there, so I didn't miss one of the cars that I wanted. And lastly, um, just to shut Bam up because he's talking all this nonsense, like he the only one. You know what I'm saying? So I went back to finish my playthrough of Octopath because he think he
Ooh!
about to be the only one. So, and I'm focusing on the true ending, which I don't mind because it only actually takes 2 small side quests, which you can actually look up, and I'm almost done with those. So, yeah.
You
So
didn't
finishing
want
up
Bram.
Octopath.
You didn't want Bram to hold all the glory.
Nah. He making a bunch of noise right now, talking about he the rarest in all the land and all this craziness. And I was like, all right, bro. I was like, let me stop getting sidetracked real quick and come and run this game over real fast so I can show you just how easy it is. For the real RPG king, sir.
Okay,
Yeah. So yeah, that's all.
got you,
That's
got you,
most of
got
what
you.
I've been playing. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay. As for me, yeah, I beat Tiny Kin and no, first I played Tale Requiem and Tiny Tin back to back, and I started again Diofield, and I'm at chapter 4. I think at mid chapter 4. Let's just say Dragon for the win. You know, you know. I knew it, Viper. I knew it. It's like this is why I didn't invest in anyone else, because I knew that Dragon is gonna be something special. Um. Also, I didn't know, but if you invest point in the characters themselves, you can actually what's called respect your skill by paying 5k, which
Yeah.
yeah, now it doesn't it's nothing. I can do a mission that give me 8k and that cost me 3 minutes that I can do. So that's that. I still am trying to find if there is a way to get minerals. outside of what called one per level, but there is nothing. But the weird part is when you go to buy equipment, there is actually the tab minerals right there, but for some reason you can't interact with it. I'm curious.
That might
Yeah.
be that might be end game. They might release that at the end of the game or after you end it.
Um. I don't mind asking Weeb to tell me about it, so I know what to prepare for. Other than that, yeah, no, I think that's. Oh yeah, I started a game called um Aragon. Oh no, it's not Aragon. Do you remember the name that you bought? The
You
one
mean
that
Oh
you made a mistake on?
Shrigos or whatever?
no, I know what he's talking about. It's a you talking about that the game where it's like a roguelike?
No, it's not a roguelike. I thought it was a roguelike because it looked like a roguelike, but it's not. It's
Oh, you talking
basic.
about Batora? Batora Lost Haven?
Yeah, thank you, Batora. Batora. It's not a roguelike. It comes over as a roguelike when you look at it, but it's actually a single player game. But what's so unique about it, you are playing as two different characters in one. I will leave that for the story to explain it for you. And story is very interesting for me then at least. And the gameplay mechanic takes a little bit to get used to because one, there is 0.0 to 0 invisibility frames. So you're taking damage most of the time unless you dodge. And two, you need to work with elements. So I'm curious how that's gonna go. But yeah, I dropped it because I wanted to finish Field first, and I'm gonna get back to it. But that's about it. Before we start our topics, Kay wanted to say something, so go ahead, Kay. The floor is yours.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we should wait for my questions to be last.
Yeah, we can hold off on it. She just wanted to bring up a topic that we talked about last night, so we'll wait for it.
Well,
We can get
okay.
through the other
The
stuff pretty
reason
quickly.
why I said let me have her go now, because I know Viper is not going to be able to be here later. That's why. And Ghost, you never know when he jumps ship.
We'll jump it in like the third
Okay.
topic. I'm
Um.
assuming it's what we talked about last night, right, Kay?
Yeah, that's one, and then I have some others that we did not discuss of. So
Okay.
So we'll go one or we'll do two, and then third we'll have Kay jump in.
Okay. First topic is going to be Callisto Protocol is banned in Japan. So basically, the developer came out and they almost like put out a quote unquote press release and stated that it's banned in Japan because the violence is too much. So I am sitting here looking at Japan. You are the country from Elfenlied. If anyone never seen Elfenlied, go ahead look at it. Or
It only takes about the first 5 minutes to
yeah,
see what happens.
or even Parasite. Like I can go on and on. There are literally animes where you literally see the anatomy of a person. So what's going on? I tried to have Kofi here so he can explain to me what's happening, but he couldn't make it. Hey, by all means, if anyone here is invested in this subject, genuinely wanna know what the fuck is going on, cause it makes zero sense. One thing to censor a game because of immunity. If it's, if it's pedo, I'm all for censoring. I am absolutely all for censoring that shit. That shit doesn't belong. But an 18-year plus game shouldn't need to be censored for gore. I'm sorry. You, the land of anime and manga, doesn't shouldn't dictate what can and can't be censored gore wise. Nah, that's too much. Too much. Nate, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's not even complicated. Like apparently they were just like it's just way too over the top. And they weren't having it and they were like we're going to censor it essentially. I guess it's essentially like we talked about remember when I told you the really bad anime that came out about when we sent the cockroaches to Mars and they turned into super
Terraforma.
cockroaches.
Terraforma.
Yeah, exactly. And that if you watch it in most forms, that it's so blocked out and censored that there's no point in watching it. Like at some points, like 95% of the screen is blocked.
Isn't there an uncensored version?
There's an uncensored version. You can find it, yeah. But most versions you'll come across are the censored version, and it's just silly how censored it is.
Yeah.
Because they're not allowed to show the dismemberment and stuff like that. So like the majority of the versions you come across are like that.
So what's the point? Nothing is worse than having white screen or black screen during an event, or a camera what's called shows the floor and you see the blood. Like nah, show me everything.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely being overly sensitive about this. I think personally, because I think it's weird the way that they censor it. Because it's like, oh, it's because of the extraordinarily gory nature of it, which is weird because plenty of people get their arms cut off and shit in anime. It's just not gruesome, right? Like, it's just like, oh, my arm was cut off.
No. Have you watched an anime called what do you call it? ReZero. I'm a huge fan of ReZero.
Yeah, I hate that show, but
okay.
Yeah, I've seen it.
you hate that show, but you know the premise, right?
Yeah, motherfucker's always dying.
Yeah, precisely. And correction, it's not he is always dying. He is always dying in the most gruesome way possible. And you see that for the most part, you see it all unfold on screen.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you saying it's pretty simple. I don't see it as simple. It's
well, no, I mean it's simple for them in why they censored it, and then they're not willing to censor it, so it's not coming.
Yeah,
but also the people who judge the games are not the same people who have to approve anime. So they're two different approval processes. Like this committee is in charge of like video games specifically, but not necessarily the committee that reviewed the stuff for all the anime, and they have different constraints. This is what you're also seeing as opposed to like what we said about certain things that are acceptable in movies versus video games. Like people freak the fuck out if it's in a video game, and then it's like other things are like perfectly fine in a movie format, and you're like, well, that's weird, you know. So yeah, I think it's just largely that they're just, I mean, ultimately it's already been done, so they're not going to pull it back. And I think anybody in Japan that honestly really wants to play it will find a way to play it.
Yeah,
that's what gamers do. So
yeah, you could either with the what's called iCap, or you can import it.
Yeah, because the PlayStation is region free, so they're still not stopping them. They're just not allowing them to sell it specifically in Japan, which, like I said, is fine. It sucks for the people in Japan, but I mean, there's games that I buy that aren't sold here all the time. So I mean, one game ain't gonna hurt anyone that really wants to play the game in Japan. They'll play it. So
I have a question. Can't they just have a different account?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so.
I believe they can still get it on Steam. They
Um,
wanted.
maybe. I don't know how that. I don't know how
Not,
that would work.
I don't think so, because they didn't come out and said the PlayStation version is
Yeah, they
censored.
said ban. Period.
They said banned. So this
Yeah.
is
So
pretty sure this is every single. So this is a country ban. This is no longer just a simple, one company doesn't want to work with them or something like that. Nah,
yeah, I
this is
think
the
on
entire
PC
company doesn't want to work with
on
them.
PC they would probably have to pirate it, to be honest,
Yeah,
if
precisely.
they were gonna play it, because it is a lot of stuff is region locked digitally on stores like storefronts like Steam and stuff. So like I can't use like a European code to activate a game on like my American Steam account. So that wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
So
use it
on
like
and so
a
forth.
VPN.
No, in order for it VPN to work, they need to be selling it. They're not selling it.
Well, no, no. She's saying to get on the like American version. So yes, but then the moment you would like you have to stay on it. You see what I'm saying? Like in order for it to launch the game and keep the game, like chances are like if you bought the game VPN, anytime you went to play it, you'd need to be on it, like
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So it would be a rough hassle. Then also switching your country on Steam and stuff is also really annoying. So it's like you really don't want to mix up your account that way because like it could just get convoluted and get bad really fast. As
Mm-hmm.
opposed to like PlayStation, there's no mix-ups because
Yeah.
my Singapore account is only Singapore. It just happens to work on my PlayStation. And then I can get back on my US account and I can play whatever I bought from my Singapore account. Once it's
PlayStation, are you
installed on
listening
my
to this?
PlayStation.
This
What?
man's cheating you. Jesus. Fraud. Cheat him.
Fraud. Hey, I paid full price, man.
Oh man.
All right, I have an announcement. Anyone from Japan, I can get you a physical copy. I will mail it to you, but you have to pay shipping and handling, and then a little, finder's fee for me,
Aw
and I will
man.
send you a physical copy.
Kay said
Alvin.
she did.
Aw,
She
jeez.
dealing that
She got
side
the
hustle
overcoat and
Callisto.
everything. Hey yo, got that Callisto protocol,
This
bro.
lady over here. Oh
That hustle
man.
Yeah.
kicking in.
My Cash App is.
I love it.
You love it? We gotta mute her. By the way, before I continue.
I mean, if they cover the cost of the game, the shipping and handling, and just a little extra for me for the hard work
Mm-hmm.
going out and going to the store and getting it, then it's all good. I'll do it.
Okay. Before you continue, shout out to Chat, shout out to Black Frost, and also shout out to Gaming Despair. Okay, what's your thoughts on this whole situation?
I mean, me personally, I think gore censorship shouldn't be a thing, but that's just me. I mean, people can choose, what product they want to consume. And, they did not want to compromise their vision and what they had put together, so I support them for, standing their ground. I mean, it really does suck for, the people in Japan that want to play. Yeah, I feel bad for them. Like I said, hit me up on Cash App. I'll get you that physical copy. I'm sorry, it might be in English.
Let's go taking advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, taking advantage of their horrible position right now. Oh man, not like this.
Hit me up on Twitter, DM.
Anything else you wanna add?
We'll work it out, okay? Okay.
Okay. Weeb, what's your thoughts?
Sucks suck.
Essentially.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I'm familiar with Japanese laws regarding gore and such, so I mean, it was expected. And yeah, shout out to the developers for not willing to compromise on their game and just decide not to sell the game in Japan. Yeah, people will probably be able to get it. It might even boost the sales of the game in Japan because people are probably gonna try and get this the naughty one.
Yeah, the more you tell people they can't, the more they want to.
Morgan, what's your thought?
I mean, I pretty much agree with everybody. It sucks.
Interesting.
I feel
None
sorry
of you
for
have.
them.
Okay, go continue.
But yeah, like I'm happy the developers didn't compromise because there are a lot of developers who have given in to whether it was China or Japan trying to do what they got to do to get their game to be sold in those regions. But they were like, no, we got a vision. We're gonna stick to it. This is what the game's for. So I guess it's not gonna get sold here. So
Okay.
shout out to them.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep it 1,000. First of all, Ghost, you go, then I'll say what I want to say. Ghost, what's your thought?
I agree with the whole panel. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, if they don't want to, change their game and Japan wants to censor it, then that's Japan's loss. I mean, I'm sure if there's a will, there's a way. People are gonna get their hands on it, whether it be through Kaylee or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. I played that game. I played both these games, but I forgot. Ghost of Tsushima, is that censored?
In Japan?
Yeah.
Specifically? I mean, I've never heard anything about it being censored, so I don't think so.
Yeah, Blackfrost, I'm getting there, don't worry about it. There is that, he named it, Resident Evil. I don't for the life of me ever remember Resident Evil being censored.
Yeah, so I think it's the amount and the specific way it's depicted. Like, I don't know why they're essentially being pedantic about it. They're being extra about the detail. Okay, you can dismember this way, but not this way. You can dismember 60% of the body, but not 45%. Like,
okay, but
extra.
I will take you back to Ghost of Tsushima, where you can literally dismember a person in half. Or just his arm, or just his neck, or just whatever you want when you're in God mode.
Yeah, when you're in the...
precisely.
To be fair, if we're all being honest, to be fair, we have not seen the game.
We have.
We don't. I mean, I'm talking about Callisto. We don't know how much gore is actually in there. I mean, there's a trophy for getting all deaths, so we don't know like how gory it gets. So compared to we don't know if it's actually worse or equal in gore as in Resident Evil and Silent Hill.
Okay.
And do we know if Resident Evil and Silent Hill was censored at all for their Japan releases?
I don't think so.
Did Resident Evil have I don't really know. Did it have guts and shit like that, entrails and?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like some of it, yeah, there's dismemberment and stuff, but it's not bad. Like this
because Ghost doesn't have you don't see like that.
Yeah, I heard somebody was they heard the bones crunching in one of the deaths that happened.
I was about to ask what Black Frost was saying, but continue, Nate.
No, I was just saying, I just think it's a matter of just how visceral it is in certain particular things that they saw. Because, like I said, we haven't seen it, and it may not bother us. But, I mean, I think one of the people were talking about, one of the gore designers or something was talking about he developed PTSD from designing the damn game. So it's apparently it gets pretty bad, and it's ironic.
That mixed with the horror is probably why.
But again, we played Dead Space, where you literally put a needle in the fucking eye of a person.
His face was probably censored too.
And
But Dead
jam
Space
it.
is like, I'm gonna be real. Dead Space is like kind of comical in comparison to some of the shit that I've seen in Protocol. Like, yeah, it looked crazy back then, but like, it's still
Especially
not
now
as like
with
gooey and extra.
the
Yeah,
more
like,
realistic graphics of today. It's probably a lot more visceral than
yeah,
it
that
was
shit's turned
when
up to
Dead
like
Space
11.
released.
Okay, is it more visceral than God of War Kratos literally ripping someone's head off of his
Yeah, but that
body?
doesn't.
Yeah, but
The
you don't
person
get
evaporates
PTSD
after
from
you
that.
rip him after you rip his head off. It's not really like a bloody huge mess where bones and guts are laying at your feet. It's just like you stab his head off and then the enemy evaporates.
Oh man,
We
Viper in the
don't
chat.
know how far Callisto takes it. We don't. I mean, we've seen some stuff, but
The way
what if that's only the surface?
Yeah, the way they're talking about with the 3D, they want people with the headphones on and 3D audio and DualSense because you're gonna feel it and hear everything. I think it's gonna be extra gross, and I'm all
Okay,
for
so
that.
do you
But
think? Oh no,
And
go ahead,
I'm not
Kay.
saying that it's an excuse to censor it,
Yeah.
because like I said earlier, I don't think adult content should be censored at all. Like, we're adults. If we choose to consume that product, then we should have the choice to consume it, to pay for it. So I'm just saying that it to me it feels like it has to be like. It has to be, I don't want to say bad, but like like the gore has to be really
over the
really
top.
gruesome for Japan to want it censored, or Japan is just like they're being picky for some reason over this title, for some
Honestly,
particular
it's
reason.
gotten me
We
more
don't
excited for the
It
game
feels
because I'm like, ooh, they banned it. Oh,
it
I gotta see
feels
what's going on.
it feels to me this sounds more like a campaign trail that they want to do, cause if other country banned this, I would have agreed. I'm waiting on Germany to ban it then. Cause the developers are not for censorship, so out of all countries, Germany is gonna ban it then. Cause Germany doesn't even allow red blood. Their blood is all green.
Yeah, that's kind of silly.
So I'm curious what's gonna happen. Cause to me, this feels like madness. No, not madness. What's the fucking game that came out where you're a serial killer that kill innocent people on Steam? That part controversy.
Oh, like Hostel? Yeah.
No. It's the one with what's called with you have guns. You can run over people over with your car and all the jazz. But
Carmageddon?
Maybe. Anyway,
I think he's talking about that. I think he's talking about what we're talking about.
I forgot the name, but yeah, there is that part controversy when they banned it, and then they later unban it, and then what happened? It came in and went like a whisper. So it feels like no, not Git. Stop, Black Frost. It seems like Japan is just being extra right now, and it almost feels like because it's a new studio from Callisto Protocol doing. I am extra. Then we should. Yeah, Manhunt. I was thinking that this might be the Manhunt of this generation, but too early for that because so far we have only one country banning it. If where the fuck is the USA with the one? Are they gonna ban it? Cause you know USA.
The USA ain't about to do shit. That game is 17 plus. They do not give a fuck.
So you think the USA people are not gonna talk about it? Okay, I'm curious.
They're not gonna do shit.
Um,
That number one, that would have already happened because the game comes out in like a month and change. Like
mhm.
I
they're
mean,
not gonna do anything.
That Martha game came out and it wasn't banned, and the supposed censored part was actually like you got to choose whether to see it or not. Like the content was still there.
When it comes to this game, I'm genuinely curious how many other countries are gonna ban it. Also, I'm also curious what were the choices to, censor the game. I'm playing it.
I don't think we're ever gonna.
We might, cause Jason Schreier, where most of you are banned by him, he might, blocked by him. He might put out some information, and then I will screenshot it to you guys.
Yeah, we'll see.
We lost 2 people in a span of 5 minutes. He ghosted us, no pun intended, and Viper had to leave. The next topic would be, give me a second because I have them all here. Overwatch.
I thought you had them right there.
Yeah, I have them. Overwatch.
Pretty
Overwatch.
long pause.
Overwatch
Like dead air,
2.
man. Hey, that ain't good.
Overwatch 2 free-to-play grind and battle pass had players wanting loot boxes back.
What?
That's a
wasn't even aware of this.
disaster. Overwatch 2 free-to-play grind and battle pass system had players wanting loot boxes back. That's a disaster if that happened.
I mean, it sounds like a balancing issue, which I'm not surprised of.
I mean, I am.
Or did they do it on purpose?
They're doing it absolutely on purpose.
Yeah, big for them loot boxes, bitches.
They're gonna want them loot boxes back.
Remember, Halo had the same balancing issue where they would play more matches and get less XP. So this, I would absolutely believe this is on purpose. And it's rough. What do you think? Do you guys, we gonna see the blue versus back or what?
No, because I think more so what you're probably just going to see is an adjustment potentially to kind of appease the player base, but that will only happen if the player base drops. Like Blizzard is very famous for not giving a fuck, and the console players are getting a piece of that right now with Overwatch. A lot of people are unfamiliar with that aspect of Blizzard because they were primarily a PC company prior to. So a lot of them, are not familiar with what we call the Nerf bat, which is Blizzard's favorite tool, where they like to go through and nerf everything that you find fun in the game and make it unfun. So yeah, I don't really think they give a fuck unless there's a massive drop off in player base or engagement. They're just not going to do anything. It might be very minuscule. Maybe that might you'll get something really tiny, but they're not going to make any drastic changes unless there's a huge drop off. So yeah, I mean that's really the gist of it. Also, shout out to Frost. Yeah, man, the podcast is always popping, but I just enjoy being here with these people and having a conversation with them, and really just chopping it up with a few people who I can all say game and share passion for gaming in the way that I do, which is rare. I mean, you see the engagement on Twitter. Some of these people are literally crazy, and some of these people we know ain't gaming. So it's nice, to be around a set of podcast members that are really about that life and enjoy it and share that passion with you. So yeah, definitely, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I also appreciate it, Frost, and what Nate said. I would rather be with people that game like me, that keep it 100, than, have the cloud chasers, because I don't need them. Not even as a panel member. Like now, we're trying to have a genuine conversation. We can agree to disagree. Trust me, we have done that many times. But at least we keep it 100. And we don't need cloud for that. But again, shout out for that, Frost. Morgan, what's your thought?
About the Overwatch situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't care,
have any thoughts. I
right?
don't really care.
Yeah.
Overwatch sucks for
Yeah,
them.
I thought so. It's a topic. It's a mini topic. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you very frank. Anyone here cares about this topic? Cause it was a mini topic I thought to cover. Cause yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Overwatch could fall off a cliff tomorrow,
Please.
and the servers could go down.
I'll watch that.
And yeah, like I wouldn't care. Like we probably celebrate, you know.
Gotcha. Okay, then the next actual topic gonna be is, wait, is there, before I go to the big guns, is there nothing? Yeah, so there's absolutely nothing. Then bring out, first we're gonna do what's called topics, then we're gonna start with, Game Pass, because there, oh no. Before we do that, I forgot, we have Japan. We're gonna go back to Japan. Apparently, Square Enix now is admitting that Japanese people are no longer the place for them when it comes to, getting revenue. They actually need the outside.
It's no longer a sustainable market.
Yeah.
Individually by itself, in order to recoup the investment that they put into their major projects or AAA games. Which, mind you, fun fact about that article that was shared, it is simply an internal review of the company. So they're essentially talking to themselves, right? They're relaying the message internally to like shareholders and stuff, saying, hey, we realize in order to fully support the products that we create, the global market is incredibly important. And largely, ultimately, they're just reiterating what we already know, right? It has been for them for over a decade now, right? They haven't been the days of just release it in Japan and survive shit. That's done.
Is this why PlayStation shifted?
Well, no, it's not the same, right? So this is the mistake everybody's making. It's not about PlayStation coming away from there, right? As a physical location, it's not about the physical location. It's about the sales potential of that location. So they're not coming away from the style of games or anything like that, or westernizing their games or any of this other crap that people read that was literally not present in that article. All they're saying is, in order to support their games fully, they need to they're basically recognizing the importance of the global sales potential of their games. And I explained this to someone the other day. They were like, "What? Like, ultimately, like, why are they having that conversation now?" And I explained it that the execs, if you've watched for years, the execs at Square Enix are slow as hell on like understanding the global market. This is why they often make weird moves, and people are like, "Why would you do that? Why would you do this?" They question all these weird things that they do because we're like, "Yeah, if you did that 6 or 7 years ago, you would have been fine, and that would have made sense." They're always behind, right? And you can tell in this, like I was telling somebody the other day, we're finally getting games that we asked for years all at once.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, Parasite Eve.
Exactly. Parasite Eve is getting trademarked. You're getting Tactics Ogre. You're getting Front Mission coming back. All the stuff we told them to do
Live
for
a
years.
live.
Yeah, Live a Live. We're like, hey, dig into those games you already got. We want those. Update those. Bring those forward. This is what we want. So many new
Suikoden.
JRPG fans have never gotten that opportunity, right? And guess what? And not only are they the ones doing this, but again, Konami. Konami all but said, fuck gaming. We ain't never coming back to that shit. We a
Mm-hmm.
gambling company now. We doing what we want. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Black Frost Front Mission is coming back on the Nintendo Switch. Front Mission, they're starting with Front Mission 1, then Front Mission 2, and they announced that Front Mission 3 is also coming. All
Wait,
three of
hold
them are
up.
coming.
Only on Switch?
It's only on Switch right now.
Damn.
That's
Ghost,
yeah.
where are you when I need you?
Yeah,
We left.
they secured it. So, but it's
Damn.
coming back and it looks amazing.
Cause I never
So,
played I never played
yeah,
what's
no.
called Front Mission, and I was actually watching. I saw what's his name, Black Frost playing it, and he named that game. Okay.
Yeah, Front Mission is amazing. Like they've been sitting on these properties forever, though, including Parasite Eve. And like I said, like they're all of a sudden coming through with all these, and then Konami's coming back alive and giving us Suikoden 1 and 2 remasters immediately upon their reemergence into gaming. And then all of a sudden, after everybody was begging for Silent Hill constantly, they're giving us like 5 Silent Hill games. Like this is the cadence that you see with how long it takes the executive level to make a decision for it to get down to the development level for us to get these announcements for these games, right?
I have a question. Does that explain how tone deaf Capcom is with what's called Dino Crisis? Cause I remember.
I honestly don't know what their holdup is with that.
Let me
But I'm
explain
not
it.
going to say they're not listening entirely, largely because of their announcement not too long ago, which was honestly shocked the brakes off of me because I played the shit out of this game on my Game Boy Advance SP and so on and so forth, which
Oh,
is
you're
the
talking
Mega Man
about that
Battle
Mega
Network
Man, eh?
collection.
Yeah,
the network
I'm
connection.
super
Because I
excited
told
for
you
that
know
one.
I don't like Mega Man, but like the typical version of Mega Man because it's a platformer. But the battle network, I played the shit out of that. So like that's crazy to me to see them go that far back and that deep into their catalog and bring that back.
Black Frost, yes, it is a cult classic, but that's why, because it's a cult classic, you would bring it back, and it would do better. Cause look where we are now. There is no game like Dino Crisis.
Yeah, I think Dino Crisis could be amazing in the RE engine and
Yeah,
stuff like that today. Like they could do some really dope shit
'cause
with it.
I remember when they first unveiled that online game where you're fighting dinosaurs.
And everybody thought it.
Uh,
Well, they set it up that
Exo, Exo, what's called Exo something.
way. Yeah.
Everyone
Oh,
said
Yeah, the first
Dino
game.
Crisis. I don't believe you if you didn't say Dino Crisis. Everyone and their mother and their grandmother said Dino Crisis. Cause one of the main characters looked eerily a lot like the character in Dino Crisis. So that's why I'm
Well,
saying.
they did that on purpose.
Yeah, precisely. That's why I'm trying to say. Are they tone deaf or they're, testing the water to see the perception?
The only thing I can say is if you bring back Dino Crisis, make sure dinosaurs have feathers or don't bother at all.
Can you repeat that?
I said make sure dinosaurs have feathers or don't bother at all.
Ah.
No, they should
You're
all
riding
like
that
salamanders.
cocktail? Nah, we're not doing dinosaur with feathers. Nah, we're absolutely not doing that.
Motherfucker,
So you don't want the realism. Okay. He said he doesn't want
We-
that shit.
We
Interesting.
want salamanders, alligators, bearded dragons.
What
No,
is Tales?
Black Frost asked if any of y'all played Tales of Destiny because
Never heard of
I did
it.
not play that. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I did not play it.
Maybe Kofi, but okay. Um,
But yeah, that's largely what's going on. Like, right, like stuff that we've understood intrinsically at a gamer level for years. Um, they just take forever to realize it at the executive level, and now you're just seeing that acknowledgement. Of course, you know, when you read all the nonsense on Twitter, you see all the Xbox fans that were like, "Oh, you know, well, you sold your Western studios, so ha." You know, or whatever, and it was like that's not even like a gotcha moment. Like, why do you think that's a thing? Like, this has nothing to do with Western developed games or anything. It's all just about the understanding of the global sales potential of their Japanese centric games. And they are, you know, and like I said, we said it before, look how shocked they were by Octopath Traveler selling 3+ million. They never saw that coming. Never. So
mhm.
yeah, this company's just shocked that when they listen to us and we tell them we want JRPGs from them and they give them to us, we buy them. Like they're just shocked. They're like, "Really? This is what you guys wanted?" You know? And you know, same goes for, you know, their Final Fantasy 14 fans. When you give them what they want, they buy the shit. So much in fact that you had to temporarily stop selling the game because the servers couldn't handle the load of people trying to play your game. Like that's a problem you want to have. I mean, you don't want to have to stop selling the game, but damn, that is a problem as a seller of a video game. It's something you dream of having. Like I sold so many copies, I couldn't handle it. You know, so yeah, that's all that really is. It's just the recognition um, of that. They're late, extraordinarily late, but I'm glad they're realizing it, and they're, you know, via their partnerships with PlayStation and Nintendo, we are getting a ton of great content from Square Enix. Some of it's a miss for me personally, but some people are really liking some of the stuff that I consider a miss. So, is it really a miss? You know, um, so as long as they're putting out a lot of good content and everybody's really someone out there is enjoying it, they're doing
Mhm.
pretty good. So yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Never seen. I have seen Tales of Destiny 2 on PlayStation 2, but never played it. But
I mean, I have it pulled up on my second monitor right now.
yeah, I looked it up. I
I thought
looked
it
it
wasn't
up.
turn based.
It is turn based. Wait, what's your thought?
Yeah, nature at all. That's basically it. It's not what the Xbox think it is. It's just
I mean, when we have in conversation, I don't involve, with the brain dead because we don't need them. This is
No,
why I.
that was a question that came up though, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
the global discussion, right, about the power of their games, people were like, "Well, if you want more," people think that the statement was them begging for more sales or something. They're not disappointed in sales. They're speaking in hindsight, right? They're not talking about something that like they're obviously already doing it. All their games already released globally all the time. They're just it like I said, it was an internal review, and people thought it was like an interview for external. So it's spoken of in a way that's like retrospective, right? And so a lot of them took that as like, oh, you want to be more global, you want to expand more, put your games on Xbox, you know. And I was having a conversation with someone earlier where I was explaining to them, they were like, hey, like, well, why wouldn't they do that, right? If they want to expand. And I was like, well, you're misconstruing some things and missing some things, right? You know, you said a minute ago, you said it's just business, right? So why would they just be loyal to PlayStation? And I'm like, well, it's not a loyalty, perhaps, right? I was like, you're forgetting that there are many things that you can exchange over the years that of the time and that PlayStation has had a partnership with Square. You're talking about like 1990. They've been basically working together since the PS1 was being engineered. right? They were working together on, the development of new technology, and they've continued to do so, and they've continued to um, assist them, give them preferential marketing treatment, all these different things that they've exchanged with each other over the years, right? And even if they were to also, on top of that, exchange money to block out Xbox, how hard would that be, right? So imagine you no longer have to spend the money to develop an Xbox version. So all your time and focus is going into the creative process of this one single entity, coming out for PlayStation, and a year later you release it on PC for extra profit, whatever, right? Um, and Xbox has accounted historically for 5% or less of your sales. So I'll tell you, I'll cover the 5% of your sales you get from them. And then you also recoup even more money because you don't have to expend the resources to hire people to develop an Xbox version in tandem or at all. Now, like with that much savings, why would they care? Now, if Xbox accounted for 35% of their sales, yeah, they'd never do that. But they don't. And that's the reality that Xbox fans are unwilling to face. They don't like facts that don't fit the narrative that they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that they don't purchase the game because, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike that all know each other, they all buy Final Fantasy. They all 1,000%ed it. They all love it. That's nice. All for all 5 of y'all that bought it. Like, tough shit. Not enough of y'all buy it, and this is largely why look at here. Here comes Octopath Traveler 2, and even though you had it on Game Pass and y'all got it and PlayStation didn't, now y'all not getting part 2. And it's largely because even when it was on Game Pass, most of y'all didn't even play it. Which you can tell because it's not even the completion number. Because don't get me wrong, like I'm not saying like Octopath is an easy game. It's not. But most of them didn't even collect all 8 characters to begin with.
Well, according to certain Xbox fans, I'm not going to name any names, the trophy count is not based on how many people actually have the game and downloaded it and started it, but it's based, the percentage is based on the entirety of all of people who own Xboxes.
Absolutely not. They are 100% USDA choice full of shit.
It's based on how many people own an Xbox. So that means 2% of the entire Xbox base play the game. That's a big number. Okay.
Morgan knows he is the Xbox ambassador of the group.
Man, listen, the excuses I hear for them to be able to dismantle any type of truth, like that one. When I heard that, I was like, I don't even have to look that up to know that's a lie. Your trophy count, like the trophy percentage or your achievement percentage, is not based on every single person who owns that particular console. It's not. It's based on how many people have downloaded and started the game.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to start the game.
We know that from even on PlayStation side. You don't have a percentage count of a game in your list until you literally start it.
Yep. Gotcha. Okay, you have anything else to add?
No.
I love it.
Weeb?
The people that were like misinterpreting what they were reading, they're the kind of people that gave companies a reason to put "do not eat" on like Tide Pods and bottles of bleach.
We're not going there.
Oh man.
What are we talking
about? We're talking about basically Square Enix basically recognizing in their internal discussion, their internal review of the company, the importance of the global market, and how they have shifted largely from Japan being the only or being a single source of revenue for them to remain profitable, and saying that globally it is more important for them now with their products. In order to be profitable, they have to expand globally, which they've done. It's like a hindsight thing. Like, hey, we've noticed a trend. Y'all motherfuckers outside of Japan really love our games, which is kind of weird that it took them only
They're
20
just now
years to
picking this
realize
up.
that. Yeah. But yeah. But the fun fact about that, you didn't get to see it, but is that a bunch of Xbox fans were like, "Oh, that means you should put your games on Xbox so you guys could get more sales." And it was like, "Nah, they're not discussing the 3% of y'all that purchase their games."
Yeah, the only place, the 16 people that buy it in the United States. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, and then I was explaining to them about a discussion that I had with someone about the percentage. He was saying why would they continue to do deals with PlayStation if there wasn't like some extraordinary monetary exchange? And I was explaining to him it doesn't really need to be, because he said, why would you basically take away a good portion of the gaming industry? And I'm like, you're not. I was like, because all of Xbox people are not purchasing Final Fantasy. 5 of them are. So like they're like, hey, look, we'll cover that itty bitty cost, from our side, from PlayStation. You don't, and then on top of that, you get to not waste resources and money developing an Xbox game, and you get to solely focus on optimization and the wonderful creative process of creating exclusively for the PlayStation 5. How's that sound?
And the thing is, like, they're so unaware that they're like, because I've had that same discussion, or I've heard that same discussion where people are like, well, I mean, if you put it in Game Pass, it would reach so many more people. I was like, why would they put it on Game Pass so that they not sell it? Like, I was like, I get so tired of it's not on Game Pass. Game Pass. It's like the whole reason Game Pass exists is because you guys don't buy gaming.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's wild. But I know
What
he had a
baffles me is that Square Enix, they said what they said, made it very clear in their letter, and they said that they're trying to reach a more global market. Keywords global market. I'm really confused with the Xbox fan base. Like, what do they think that Xbox's reach is in the market? Because
did we not just find out that they are third place?
Like, it was like, first of all, you've been told that you're in third place, and not only have you been told
but
by
this one is
PlayStation
by Phil
fans.
Spencer himself. So
That's what I was about to get into. It's like Microsoft themselves has made it very clear that they are in last place in every relevant factor when it comes to gaming. So what exactly would Square Enix gain by putting their game on Xbox or Game Pass at all? Like, it's like they read the letter but they didn't actually read it. It's just like the Xbox has no global
they would
reach.
only get money.
Xbox's biggest market is in America, and even there, they're barely, if they are ahead. I'm not sure currently what they are ahead of, if the numbers with PlayStation. But if it is, it's like barely, and that's their only grasp. That's the only market they have a grasp on. So I'm trying to figure out, when Square Enix specifically said a global market, y'all immediately thought, oh my God, it needs to be on Xbox.
that was their thought process.
I have a question though. Would it, real talk though, no bullshit, would them not putting it in Game Pass and getting money upfront out of it, would that not help them a little bit?
Would Microsoft pay them upfront, but not put it on Game Pass?
Like, we know they don't play them. Like, we already know they don't play them. But just Microsoft would be literally spending what, let's say, call it.
You mean like basically
$10 million just to get Final Fantasy 16 in Game Pass, something like that.
Yeah, but see,
have them produce it.
Was a low number though. Like, I don't think we understand just how much money. Like, so the report about some of the money they've spent for some of the titles you believe are smaller just to get in Game Pass is apparently astronomical. To get Final Fantasy 16 not only developed for Xbox, but in Game Pass, they need to cough up like $500 million.
They like just give them the
Microsoft would be
publishing,
willing to do
shift the
that.
publishing costs to them for their Xbox port. Like,
Yeah,
if you want
yeah,
it,
so
you're
that-
gonna have to publish it.
So that's why I'm trying to explain to ask because we've seen it with what's called Dragon Quest Builder 1 and 2 is in Game Pass now.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely curious if they're gonna get what's called Oninaki in Game Pass or rather on Xbox to begin with. But I don't expect that, but we will see. But so that's why, because we know Microsoft is known for throwing money around like that. Is it
Well,
not?
yeah, but what you do is what they've done right now. All Xbox has really done is secured older games so
Yeah.
they could be the Me Too product, right? So what they do is you go in and you get the pennies on the dollar games that
Do we
no
know-
longer have any sales potential, and you go, hey, I'll give you $5 million for Nino
Yeah.
Kuni.
Because at that point, it's like, oh, sure, shit, you know.
Do we know how much
kind of
they bought Octopath Traveler for?
No, but I imagine that was a grit because that game still was heavy. What were you saying, Ghost?
It wasn't enough. I think Octopath Traveler 2.
they said, look, that wallet, you know, that's not gonna make up for like the lack of player count. I'm sorry, it's not like
Go.
we're not doing this
Chill.
again. We're not going over this again.
You're
I love
rough
that.
over
But
there.
that's the reality of it, though. Like, you know, they paid. I heard reports where they paid like Guardians of the Galaxy $10 million to put it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Like that game is great. Platinumed it, but why the hell are you paying that much for one game? Like, I
Again,
don't.
because they can, because they have the money for it.
Yeah, but that's why they also are looking at raising them damn prices.
But, you know, like I said, you got Xbox dudes confused now. You know, like what Ghost said with Octopath Traveler 2. They're like, what? Wait, huh? The sequel's not coming to Xbox, but wait, the first one was there. And that's like, if this is not the biggest example of the fact that y'all don't play these games, like what other reason would it not be on there? They're trying to blame it on PlayStation, but it's coming to Switch too. So you can't sit here and say it was a PlayStation deal. Like they tried to make it exclusive. No. This was clearly Square Enix being like, we're gonna put this everywhere, but Xbox.
But not
'cause,
Xbox.
look,
Well,
you know,
they put Diafield on Xbox. It didn't chart whatsoever, which I'm not surprised by.
That shit
But-
probably sold 6 copies.
y'all just need like Xbox fans who like JRPGs. I feel you. But y'all's gonna have to give it up to the game and invest in something, another different console platform that will give you the JRPG, you know, hit that you need. Because I'm sorry, Xbox ain't about to do that. I'm sorry, they not. Okay, y'all just got Persona 5. That game been out forever, ever. Like who knows when Final Fantasy 7 remake, like that deal, supposedly exclusive deal, ended last year, and that shit still not on Xbox. Like, just you know, just invest in a second platform.
I'm gonna be real. If you calling yourself a JRPG fan first and foremost, and you not out here with a PlayStation and a Switch, I really don't believe you.
Yeah,
to be honest.
You're honestly a Xbox fan first. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, if JRPGs really, really meant that much to you, you would go where the JRPGs are. You wouldn't stick your feet and plant your feet in Xbox and be like, well, they'll eventually come over here. Like, if you are a diehard fan, you're gonna go where the games are. Like, I'm sorry, that's a fact.
Yep.
Okay, Gus, do you wanna add something to it?
No.
Okay.
I had three, but I'm back.
Okay, yeah, welcome back.
Now, see, there you go. In wake of all the remasters and remakes and all the shit they talking, where that at? Look what he said in the chat. Lost
Yeah.
Odyssey and Blue Dragon. They swear them games was so heat. So I'm like, where they at? Update them. Bring them back.
What's his name?
Yes,
Phil
Boost, though.
Spencer.
You don't need a remake.
Phil Spencer was asked about that game, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And he played the politician answer.
It kind of just
And
went
if,
around it.
and if I
Mm-hmm.
remember, also Sarah Bond was asked about that game, and she
She
also
probably
Oh,
didn't even
played
yes,
know
we
what that
have
shit
some
is.
the
lovely
politician
Japanese
answer.
games.
Yep.
And we're looking to expand our reach in the Asian markets. We are so happy that our Xbox fans love
Something
these
like that.
JRPGs. And we are looking to bring more of that to Game Pass and Game Pass users worldwide. Like, okay, well, that didn't answer the question, but okay, thank you.
I mean, if
Did
you
not answer the
wait
The
long
question.
pivot,
enough,
the
you just
pivot, like,
have to wait long enough.
Just wait long
They will
enough.
come.
just wait.
Just wait long enough. They will come
Okay, so
I mean, yeah.
eventually.
to be fair to them, they put what's called um, both games in backward compat, and they gave it away for free
See, told you the FPS
in
boost.
gold.
That's good enough for you niggas.
And I'm pretty sure they saw there was no engagement whatsoever with the game.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the reality, right? Like I told you, it's securing these games that they've been securing for Xbox recently. I told you, it's the pennies on the dollar JRPGs that they can get for a small amount to go, we're shoring up that hole of JRPGs that never used to be on our platform, while PlayStation is securing. They already got those, and they're securing new ones,
Newer ones that are only
I'm
PlayStation.
like, if
Exactly.
I was Xbox, I would have absolutely went out and got Oninaki, because that game's dope. Like
I mean,
that
it's
game is
cool,
dope.
it's great, but like Nate said, like there's a reason they're
They don't play
getting
them.
the
I know.
older stuff. It's not worth the investment. Like, why would I spend 10, 12, 15, 20 million dollars just to have
Do we
zero to
know-
little engagement on these games?
Do we know how much they spent on Persona? I just want to know how much they spent on Persona.
I wouldn't think too much. Probably like 5,
No,
10 million, maybe.
No, because you need to see how they play in this game. Again, I would be shocked if Persona 6 is PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
It's either going to be...
I think it's more about that than it is about this stuff. I don't think they spent much to get this, because I think this was just an inevitable decision after
Yeah.
the whole thing with Yakuza, like a dragon and stuff. Like, Sega's just kind of weirdly accepting Xbox's apology. I mean, you did turn me down at one time. I asked you out, you know what I'm saying? And I tried to give you Yakuza, and you was like, "Nah, I don't like that shit." Yeah. Now
Corny
I'm
nigga.
hot. They all on me. You know what I'm saying?
But clearly,
That corny shit out of here.
But clearly they didn't learn from the mistake, because we just found out apparently Microsoft turned down what do you call that game?
Genshin Impact.
But not only...
Yeah, but
That was
this
like years
is what
ago, though, wasn't it?
No.
Well, yeah, like
that's
this
new.
was this is before we even knew.
Yeah.
Like Genshin Impact was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's new. And apparently they also turned down what's that game Weeb that we played this year from China?
Oh.
Sword and Fairy.
No. I forgot if it's China or
The Fist.
Fist. Thank you. They turned that down as well. The actual developer of Fist came out in its page and said this game was not an exclusive to PlayStation.
It's just Xbox didn't want it.
Microsoft needed to say that we want that game, and they never did. So,
Listen, Xbox turned down Jet. They turned down Spider-Man. They turned down GTA 4. Listen, they don't. They have poor decisions. They did turn down Spider-Man.
They didn't.
Pretty good decision on scoring in the medium, though.
They didn't turn down Spider-Man.
Bangers. They turned down Marvel, but they had the potential to get Spider-Man, sir. That's the thing. If you're gonna pick a Marvel IP, you're gonna pick the most popular one, which is Spider-Man. So essentially, they turned down Spider-Man and they turned down Wolverine. If we're gonna add just Marvel in general, so the point of the story is Xbox is not very good at picking like what's the next hot shit. They have they're very bad at determining what is going to track and what's not going to track. I mean, their marketing deals are usually like the worst. Like, like every time they get behind a deal and like a game and market it, like it's 9 times out of 10 it's like a flop. But
when have we talk about marketing? When have we ever seen an Xbox game on a train? Or
that's another discussion that I've seen. The Xbox themselves are really bad at marketing their own first party games.
I'm genuinely this is no console war bullshit. Like, you know me, I fuck with console war banter all the time, but I have yet to see an Xbox game that's on a fucking train or a bus.
Pentiment is coming out in like a week or two. Where's the marketing for that? Yeah, like they need to be revving it up. Grounded, like where's that?
They spend all their money on Game Pass marketing.
I'm just saying because I'm excited for Pentiment. I that's the type of game I would like to play, and I would love to see some more, marketing behind it, a push behind it. Like I know it's not a AAA game; it's an indie game.
No, it don't need to be. It don't need to be. But even Xbox people were like, "Where is the marketing for Pigment?" And also, where is the marketing for other games? I forgot what.
If it ain't Halo, Gears, and Forza, it's like Xbox just don't get behind it and market it, and that's the problem. I feel like they'd have more engagement if they pushed more of their games that aren't. You know what's actually three.
It's funny you mentioned Halo, Gears, and Forza though, because I actually don't remember seeing any advertisements for Halo.
So nah, I mean to be fair, that's the black. To be fair. That's the black sheep.
Yeah, Doritos.
They're still on monster cans to this.
Shit, it was on the damn Xbox.
A monster in a minute.
Shit, it was on the Xbox damn box.
Honestly, Game Pass gets more marketing than any actual.
And I think that's what sucks about
first party, titles.
Exactly. All marketing goes to Game Pass instead of the games themselves, which kind of sucks.
Well, that's the play. That's the play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Black
everything.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Well, sorry.
I said, well, the reason you're seeing so much marketing for Game Pass is because that's the play. I mean, that's their end all be all. They've invested. I mean, they can't sell consoles, can't sell games. They managed some monochrome of success with Game Pass. And that's the play. I mean, that's all they can market.
But it makes no sense because Pentiment is about to drop. And that's
I'm sorry. I want to know more. I'm excited about that. I might play it on the cloud because I'm not getting Xbox for that.
That's in Game Pass. Should they not advertise it?
Exactly. Like come on. And it's made by Obsidian. That's a huge studio.
Like
a very I don't know. No, go ahead. My bad.
No, go ahead.
I get your excitement for Pentiment, but like, I without no disrespect, it's still Pentiment. It's like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I get what you mean. It's a smaller game. It's still first party though.
Yeah, like PlayStation.
They gotta show us some love.
Say what you want to say about the smaller game. Gravity Rush 2 didn't sell well, but at least it had an ad for it on PlayStation.
Yeah, even the third party indie games, Kana, Sifu, like they get behind that and they market the fuck out them games like they're their own.
Yeah, Kana was everywhere.
And I was excited as hell because they hyped it up. I was like, yeah, it was well deserved, great game. And that's like, I feel like the hype would be higher for Pentiment if X got behind it and was like, here's Obsidian's next game, the creator, like there's some great developers. So it's just like, why aren't you pushing behind this game and showing it off and showing, like, yes, it's not Fallout or anything like that, but hey, it's a nice indie looking game. Like I'm interested in the concept of it. And I think it's sucks that Xbox isn't really getting behind it. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I just feel like if this was, like, not to rag on specifically Xbox, but I just feel like if this was PlayStation would be pushing the hell out of this shit. It wouldn't matter if it was, indie or AAA or whatever. I just wish they would push more, like, behind their stuff that's not their big three. Because it does a disservice to the game. Like, watch that shit launch and, like, half the people not even know that shit's in there. Like, oh shit, Pentiment drop? Like,
they gonna
yeah, that shit came out a week ago. It just bothers me.
Before we go continue, Rick, how are you, man? And what's your thoughts on the conversation we're having?
Oh, well,
Rick,
I'm doing good. What's going on, everybody?
congrats on that. I never got to congratulate you for your PS5, so congrats.
Yes,
Oh, I
congrats.
didn't know. I didn't know that you got a new job. I was
Yeah.
gonna congratulate you about that. But also
Ah,
PS5. So not
yeah.
only you, but also Stage got a PS5. Let's go!
Let's
Congratulations.
go. He in the next gen. Rick, let's go.
Yeah.
hmm
The only next
Um,
gen console right now.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
really true. It
Hey,
is.
you don't like
Hmm?
that? Take it with the body. His word, not mine. I'm just uttering his word. But yeah,
Oh
go
man,
ahead. Rick, how are you,
well,
man? What you been playing?
man, man. Look, I've been playing all kinds of games, man. I just bought Anno. For
Animatatium? I love it. I got the plat. We've got the plat. We had a blast with this one.
heck yeah. Been playing Valkyrie Elysium, trying to get the plat for that one. I'm almost done. I got like 3 trophies left. Then I'll start on Star Ocean. I
Oh,
also,
Star Ocean Divinity?
yeah, the Divine,
Did you play
whatever.
the demo?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
you
I played the demo.
what you thought?
My thoughts, man, I love the game.
Mm-hmm.
When I bought it the other day, I was like, dude, this game got improvement. It's a lot faster though. It's a lot faster
Oh,
than before.
I'm glad, cause one of the biggest complaint I had is the fucking jetpack. It's not always on.
Yeah,
So even with the lot faster would be better than how it was slow when you're running. So yeah, that might be my next game after Diofield. We'll see before God of War.
yeah. I'm gonna pick up Battlefield later. But I bought Battlefield 2042 along with it. I had fun with that game. They did a bigger improvements. Man, I got this thing called a dog tag season. Man, trying to go after people's dog tags and collect them. But other than that, man, that's why I've been playing so far.
Um, 1 second. Black Frost. Yeah, not only did they release Deathloop, it was then when they confirmed that the world, the universe, is the same universe as what's called Dishonored 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And real talk, Deathloop came and went, and it's over. No, this is their quote unquote. I hate to say that word. One and done. Continue, Derek.
That replayability, though. You can switch up characters.
Ladies,
Oh,
it's one. It's
look, I'm
one
just
and.
repeating
It's
what they
one and
say,
done.
okay?
It's one and
Oh,
done.
man.
We move on.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
you don't hear nothing about it no more. You don't hear nothing about it. But yeah. Going through Final Fantasy VII intermission.
Ooh.
And I was like, man, dude. I was like, let me buy the upgrade for this game. Man, when I bought it, I was like, dude. I said, I haven't played this game in so long, for 2 years. And I was like, man, I can't wait for the next one to come out because that's definitely platinum right there. That's a whole nother platinum. I had fun with it. It was very enjoyable playing as Yuffie.
Mm-hmm.
But other than
How's the upgrade for you? How's it feel? How's the PS5 for you?
oh man, it feels
How's the
different.
DualSense?
Oh, the DualSense, it feels a lot better. It feels a lot better, and it's just man, it's like it's a turntable, you know. It's a whole turntable for this. It is fast. That's the crazy part about it. It's
Well,
fast. I was like,
the
What do you
fluidity
mean with
increases a
fast?
lot when you
like,
play Final Fantasy VII on the PS5.
yeah,
It's a lot more fluid.
Oh, in
it
that
is.
sense, yeah. Cause it's 60
Yeah.
FPS.
It is. It's like when I played that game, I was like, "Yo, dog, this game feels so different." Because
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing it on PS4, and I was like, "Bro, I was trying to
Yeah.
feel how this
By the
controller
way,
is." 'Cause I
uh,
haven't tried it.
Black Frost said it. Get Returnal, and also play Astrobot.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Definitely play Astrobot. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm gonna get Returnal. I'm gonna get that. I got some headsets already that I paid for like 2 years ago. They 3D headsets. I forgot what they call them, but I I tried it the first time I got to it. I got to the PS5, and it sounds great. It sounds so good. I was like, bruh, these headsets are good because I never tried them with the PS4 when it comes down to the sound quality, but they're saying that it's a lot better on the PS5. And so,
Yeah, the PS5's in console 3D audio engine. Yeah, it's really good.
yeah. Oh, I've been playing Aliens Fireteam Elite as well.
What's that?
That is, have you heard of the movie Aliens?
I know the Alien. I know Alien the movie. I just never heard of the game.
Yeah, it's like an online only game.
That explain it.
Yeah, it's crossplay. It's crossplay with other consoles, and so you and two other people gotta go through this area. It's like a story mission and stuff, and survive. It's a survivor game,
Okay,
and
gotcha.
it's pretty dope. It's not a trash game unless unless you trash at it, but it's pretty cool.
Okay, gotcha. Before I continue, shout out to C Fresh. I see you. He said the last Redfall trailer has only 100k view. That's
Oh shoot!
disrespectful.
Wow.
Cause Redfall does look nice now. I watched it.
It looks
I
all
would.
right. I gotta see, man. I'm the team based shooters and like hunting zombie thing. Like it can get played out very fast. By perfect example of Back for Blood. That launch was atrocious. It was a mess. They didn't have single player progression. Wasn't working. Like the card system was a mess. It looks okay, but this is like you need boots on the ground, as somebody was saying recently. Like we gotta get hands on before we could really say. But it looks okay. But
Gotcha.
yeah, for sure.
And yeah, Black Press said that Returnal.
Returnal.
Real talk. I was about to say people are gonna take it out of context. When it comes to the gaming aspect of it, I need to reiterate that so people don't, clip it and people are. I never wished more that I could able to hear normally than when I heard the 3D audio exist. Cause I'm clearly missing out on 3D audio. But because of my bad hearing, I can't make use of it. So I accepted my doom on that front. I'm hoping and wishing that someday I wake up and my audition could contact me and tell me, look, you can now make use of 3D audio. I'm hoping for that, but I already gave up. By the time that shit really exists, we would be in PlayStation 6, maybe even 7, maybe even 8. We will see. But yeah,
3D audio is something to experience. So I feel you on that.
But I played Returnal. My 3D audio was my DualSense. Like that shit is crazy.
You feel everything through the DualSense.
You feel it.
Yeah, I'm in love with the haptic feedback.
Yeah, you didn't even the sound. You didn't even need to look at your screen that your super was ready. Chick, you already know that it's ready from your controller. How crazy was that? Like that.
I'm just so happy third-party developers are really, using it and not it's not falling by the wayside.
Even
like the touchpad did.
Doing it that well. Like for example, Miles Morales didn't implement it that well. I haven't.
To be fair, that was a launch game. Give them time. Like ever since that, though, I think first party's been doing a good job. Like I can't think of one that was bad when it came to the DualSense.
Yeah.
I think they are afraid of dial it up to the maximum. If people want to dial it down, they can dial it down. Give them the option to dial it down. For me, dial it all the way up. And for the people complaining about charging, one, get used to it. Two, buy a cable. I have a cable next to me. I don't even
Complain about it. Like it's not even that big of a deal. Like it's
exactly.
not.
Or they could use as their phone charger too.
I was literally about to say that's what I was trying to explain. That my phone charger, I don't even use my PlayStation as a charger. So yeah.
Man, I wish I could use AA batteries in my phone.
Lady,
man.
stay in your lady, stay in your lane. Oh my god!
Double A
But
batteries in my phone.
You know, I
About to buy
really miss
Duracell.
the old Game
but I
Boys.
wanna.
You know, when you had to buy lots and lots of AA batteries or like steal them out of like your remote.
And,
You know,
right, your battery's died, and you're sitting there. You're in the middle of a game. You're shuffling around in all the drawers looking for just a random battery.
Mhm.
Man, those are the days.
Ladies, stop it. Zarek, what's your thoughts on Microsoft mishandling of their IP? Not their IP, but like not even advertising them. Like for example, Petnet is about to be dropped, and we haven't heard anything about that. Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's how he feels, man. That's how he
Okay,
feels.
then Kay, tell us what you want to say. What you wanted to ask.
Oh, you want me to ask my questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know Nate and I had discussed something that we wanted to talk about, but I'm going to ask some other questions before we get to that one. Okay?
Go ahead. The floor is
Alrighty.
yours.
All right. So, how come Bayonetta gets to keep her booty, but Mario gets his taken away?
Oh man, the real questions.
Lady.
I
Real
love
questions need to be asked.
Yeah, his ass was just gone. I was like, wow.
I knew
Flat.
it was going to go south, but at least I almost gave you the benefit of the doubt. I almost.
Wait, you took Mario's booty away?
Yeah, in the Mario poster for the movie, it's his butt looking a little flat. It's not as round as it is in the game, That's upsetting.
No, Black Frost. Once again,
They really casted the wrong Chris. Damn it!
I feel like as a plumber, it's required for you to have a nice booty.
Yes.
You have the crack showing when you bend over and fix like the pipes and shit. It requires a nice butt. So why is his flat? The people need to know.
Because who cares about Mario? He doesn't have sex appeal. While Bayonetta.
What do you have against the Italian race?
I bet you money, Bayonetta, if not for its sex appeal, it would not do that well. Nah, I'm sorry.
Oh man, sexism.
It doesn't do it well.
Oh man,
lady, Bayonetta is naked. Did you know that?
Listen, it doesn't really sell well. Period. So I mean, I'm trying to figure out what you mean.
Omar, you're so full of shit.
She is real talk. She is naked. She just has hair. That's the clothing.
She should be.
And
she's living free.
Why are you judging her?
Yeah. What's your problem?
You on the hot seat, Omar? Explain yourself.
That look got her groove back with her butt. You know what I'm saying? I'm just Eve. I'm just gonna say that.
Eve.
Okay.
I'm ready for that. I'm ready for Eve. She got all the curves.
Fine. By the way, Black Frost asked if we covered Phil Spencer talking about. No, that's going to be the quote-unquote final topic. I wanted to get everything out before we start with that one because that's a whole different kind of one.
Yeah, she naked on the hub? Oh, man. Let me get a Switch.
Especially with the news we just got about Call of Duty from Phil Spencer's mouth. We're going to cover it all. So that's your first question, Kay. What's the other one?
I know. Okay, I have some more. All right. So after that one, I have, does Kratos redefine what it means to have a dad bod?
Ooh, can you ask over here asking the real questions, okay?
That's what I'm saying.
I appreciate that.
Lady, this is a podcast, not a thirst cut. You want that? Go
Oh
find
man,
that.
sir,
I
these are
mean,
gaming related questions. I don't know what you want. Like,
They really
I mean,
are.
I think he's just a spokesperson, to show that you can also get in the gym and get in shape as a dad.
thank
So
you, and we're taking the question serious, unlike
yeah.
some people.
Right.
I don't want to know about Plato's body, okay? Then he just a man with a guy with a shape of a beatdown of any enemy that comes at his way. So therefore, I don't want to know about his body. Mm-mm.
Kratos out here working out, live, beating
Look,
ass daily.
yeah, exactly, for survival.
But does he have to work out, or is it just because he's a god?
That's another great question.
That's another great question.
Good question.
I wanna put what's his name? Frost on not on blast, but on the spot. If you had to choose Kratos or Bayonetta, now choose one.
That's rude. Why do we have to choose?
No, I'm genuinely curious which you would choose.
Man, both. That's a lot. Like a god and a witch. Man.
I mean, both you can make use
Listen,
of time to either time travel, but also time stop. So
listen,
we would be
Kratos is weak to a nice pair of titties, as we've seen before. So he might just fall for the allure. Like, damn, like she's looking good.
Kratos
I might.
He says.
Yeah.
He said, old Kratos.
They might just end up banging it out. You never know.
Nah, nothing. Women cheating meat. Mm-hmm.
He said he need that old school Kratos.
Press triangle, bang, 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 bang. Yeah.
Do you guys seen that meme where it explained how was I made to what's his name, Artreus, and then
Did they show the sequence? That's funny.
Also, I'm
well,
gonna
this is how you were made, son.
I did them all because I wanted all that XP. I didn't care about the things itself, but I needed that XP, and I did it even more than once.
Press triangle a couple times, son.
I think
that's all you need to know.
3 times, 4 times, and then it stopped giving you XP.
Oh
okay.
man.
Yeah, okay. What's the next question that you think so important that you want to ask?
Why you gotta say it like that? These are important.
Okay, so I have 2 more. All right. So here's the next one. Did you guys see that picture with Kojima and Jim Ryan, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, we all know that Kojima had said that his new game is almost like a new medium.
Yeah, he did say that.
Do you think a new medium? Yes. So, do you think that Kojima saying that and Jim Ryan have, been shown whatever he was shown, do you think that was the cause for Jim Ryan's nipples being hard in that picture?
Yeah, that question was so left. I was not expecting that.
Okay, fuck you. Okay, what? Look, no.
I was expecting her to be like, make a connection between Silent Hill and...
Am I the only one that I was genuinely thinking about an answer for this one?
Yeah, I was like, okay, she's about to ask about the Silent Hill because it's made by people who make the medium, so maybe she's about to make a connection. No, she was talking about this man's nipples.
I thought she might throw a curveball and say maybe that's an Xbox game or the PlayStation game that he wanna do. Because I was thinking that's definitely going to be an Xbox game because he's gonna make use the power of the cloud. But then she talk about Ryan and okay.
For the record,
he was just
the topic
very excited.
that we discuss is very different than that. So
I think he was just very excited to see Kojima again and talk about their next project. And maybe that's why. Maybe it was just a little cold in the room.
Oh man, not a little cold though.
Okay.
There was a little chill going on, It happens. It's all right.
to everyone here. I apologize. Normally we don't allow
She's asking what the people want to
running
know.
with.
These are the hard
Yeah,
hitting questions that all gamers want to know, sir.
Oh. I mean,
fine. And your
if his
final
ripple's
one?
not based solely on what he saw, then it must be truly amazing. That's all
He
I'm
was so
saying.
excited at the preview of the game. His nipples got hard.
And your final question, lady?
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay. The final question.
I am
If-
not hearing anything.
I was about to. You interrupted me. All right.
I have every
He's
right
somewhere.
to do
If-
so. Sue me.
You know what? I will. I'm gonna draw those papers up when we're done. All right.
He gonna get mad one day when somebody actually does it.
Mm-hmm. So, are you gonna keep interrupting me? Or you gonna let me ask my question?
Go ahead, do so.
Okay. If Phil Spencer, Herman Holst, and Doug Bowser had a wet T-shirt contest, who would win?
What the heck?
This talk, I think Phil. Well, I mean,
I'm actually answering.
genuinely, I think Phil, cause we seen Phil and he does the I think workout, but also this is all young Phil. Old Phil, they all getting washed. I don't remember seeing Bowser. I think he's a little bit fat, and Jim Ryan is almost like paper thin. So it's between Phil.
I'm gonna go with Bowser just based on his name. The fact that I feel like he actually applied for this job specifically because of his name. I respect that. I'm gonna go with
Are
Bowser.
we done? Can we, get back to what's actually important, which is talking about
Wow.
CMA?
Wow. Kay's
You know what? I
questions
think-
were important.
My questions were more important than any question you have ever asked on this podcast.
Oh
Okay,
man.
fine.
Let the people decide.
Yes.
You're important. You're important.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying not to laugh. That's why I fucked up all that shit.
This was legendary. Shout out to Kay and her
Kay's corner.
questions, and they're gonna go in the ages of history. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we will never ever get back.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
new segment on the Game Slayer podcast.
Otter podcast.
My questions. I will
Come
present
with
some
Kay.
questions. Do what?
Never mind. Let's
Wait, ask the question that you and Nate were gonna
Nah,
ask.
never mind.
No, it was actually no. It was a good question. It was a good question. Oh, it was serious. It was serious gaming question.
Go ahead.
That was a serious question. That's why I wanted to get the funny stuff out of the way first. This is actually.
I thought you might have some serious questions, so I was curious. Go ahead.
I'll let Nate ask this one.
So what we talked about or discussed was a topic that frequently comes up, obviously, in the community, where people they say it arbitrarily, but it's posed as a question. And my answer was ultimately mixed, right? And
Dude,
I won't cloud
question first before you say your answer.
No. Like, calm down.
Let him set it up, man.
You're having us in suspense, so we need something.
Speed.
Oh man,
it's coming.
Damn.
Okay, hold on. So,
Man,
like
wanna
I
get
said,
straight
it's
to it.
often asked and posed as a question, right? And this has come up recently with things like Persona 5, the relaunching of Mass Effect, and so on and so forth, right? And people often say the words, aren't you happy for all the new people who are going to get exposed and get to play the game that you love for the first time? So no one ever actually answers this question, because most people arbitrarily just reply, well, yeah, of course, more people get access to my game or whatever, so on and so forth. It's all these, blatantly obvious, clout chasing answers. But is everyone really potentially excited for that?
I'm not.
So my question is, are you excited for that?
No,
so you
I'm
can
not.
go first, Omar, in reverse.
I'm not, because now I know that they're not gonna prioritize one console over another when it comes to development. If games now are gonna be multiplat, like for example Persona 6, we know it's not gonna be PlayStation exclusive, which again I have no issue with exclusivity. Do it the way they're doing it with what's called Final Fantasy, or even a game like Octopath. Like what I mean by that is, I have no issue a game being platform exclusive for a while and then going elsewhere. So just so developers can have time to create the best version of such game, and not have a game multiplat and be a game like Gotham Knight. Okay, Gotham Knight is a bit extreme, but it's proven that the medium that the games that are pushing the industry forward are exclusive, whether people want to accept that or not. This is
Yeah.
why we're seeing Square Enix working with PlayStation exclusively on Final Fantasy and now with 16. Yes, these are all timed and they can go elsewhere. No issue with that whatsoever. And again, it doesn't need to be PlayStation. It can be Xbox or Nintendo. I don't mind games being quote unquote timed exclusive. That's not an issue. So the whole, I am happy for them now. That's just, people are so afraid of people calling you quote unquote out for gatekeeping, which again, how the fuck are you gatekeeping a person when he or she can literally go out and buy the console where the game is at?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I wanted to play a game like for example which Viva Pinata, I would have bought an Xbox for that.
Nobody can stop you.
I did precisely. So the whole notion, and especially now with everything in cloud and on the phone, you can just subscribe to Game Pass and play whatever you want to play.
Mm-hmm.
So, or you get the Switch and you get other games for it, or you get a PlayStation and you get the best game, what's called the most next gen games on your platform. Simple. So again, I am sick and I'm thankful that you acted gay, cause real talk, you know a lot of people love to walk on eggshells. I don't do that. I call it how it is. I am sick and tired of the people that want to pretend that gaming is what's called is a quote unquote community hobby. It's not. We have seen what community does to gaming. We have seen
Mm-hmm.
how what's called developers and publishers are prioritizing frauds that don't even play games over the genuine gamers.
Yep.
We had what's his name, Alex from Ubisoft, ex-Ubisoft dev. What did he say? The reason
Mm-hmm.
why Assassin's Creed went the direction that they are now at is because of the casuals.
Fraudulent. Just fraudulent. Like what?
They killed a franchise. They killed what? How many years did they work on Assassin's Creed from story to? Because if you played Assassin's Creed, every single story was a follow-up to the previous
Mm-hmm.
one
Yep.
until not Revelation. I think Brotherhood was the final one. Until either Brotherhood or 3. I forgot which one. That's when they throw it out the way. And spoilers, they killed Desmond.
I say as soon as they
And
killed my
Mm-hmm.
boy Desmond, it was over. I was like, I knew it. I was like, oh my god, the series is going downhill after this.
well, no, I knew it they could to clean down when we never got a Desmond game where he is the assassin, where he is the one that is putting everything that he has learned in place, and he recruited other assassins and started the war on the Templars.
Yeah, it's like the lore of Assassin's Creed doesn't even matter anymore. Like, where's the
Hey,
Apple of Eden and all this? Like, where's like I don't even know who's the enemy. Like who are the Templars at this point? Like
Lady,
I couldn't tell you.
lady, I am playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh
We have
Jesus.
yet to meet the Templar. Okay, yes, that to be fair, that is before the Templar was even a thing, and for the most part, we're interacting just with each other. There is no big involvement with the quote-unquote Templar. Maybe Innate can tell
Hmm.
you later down the road the game gets bigger, and then we maybe the third area in the game. That's where the Templars are going to be. We will
Oh,
see.
I mean, I played most of it. I just didn't finish it. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she fought the Templars.
Oh, okay. So to me, again, to go back to the question, again, shout out to UK for asking this one, and don't walk on eggshells, cause I certainly as hell didn't. Morgan, what's your thought?
I mean, for once, Omar, I actually agree with everything you said. Like introducing
Lady, thank you
look,
very
I'm giving you
much.
your props, Omar. God. Okay?
Thank you very much.
But yeah,
Don't
you're
get
right.
used to
Like
it.
you said what we
I said, don't get used to it.
exactly. Yeah. It's a one time only deal. But yeah, I agree with you, Omar. Like bringing new people in, it can be good, but it can also be negative, like the ways you said. Um, Bringing in people who don't really care about the franchise and don't really know its roots and don't really know what makes it great, but then they have all this critique and they want to add this or take away that, or I don't like this mechanic and I want this, and then you have these developers who are now not maybe decisions that they made themselves, but maybe the higher ups are like, okay, well, we're in this new market. They don't like this certain thing. So now we're going to have to add these type of RPG elements, or we're going to have to include some monetization, or we're going to have to make it like, we're going to have to make it a bigger game with more filler now at this point, or we're going to have to take out what made this game great. Like, and it's just like I get the need to make to branch out when it comes to games. Like, you can't keep doing the same thing all the time. But at some point, you have to know what makes your game stand out from other games, what makes your game special. And it doesn't need to have to copy every damn game that's quote unquote popular in order to be relevant in the market. But
Precisely.
unfortunately, you have these, like I said, these big executives, big wigs, the money people who only care about the dollar signs, do not care about the creativity, the story, the real fans of the franchise, and they just want, at the end of the day, they just want the bottom dollar. So they're going to go with whatever trend happens in the gaming industry at that time, and it's really sad. Like right now, it's RPG and live service mechanic style. It sucks, but I don't really know if there's a way to actually stop it. But I do agree. I don't like it. I would prefer a game to stay where it is and not branch out, because more than not, it's gonna affect it negatively. So
Okay. Innate.
Yeah. I mean, the short answer version or part of that is no, I'm not excited for the majority of new people to experience a game that I know and love. Largely because a lot of these people have not played that type of game before, and they're genuinely not coming into it to try and experience it for what it is, and looking more so to change it into a game that they like, that they
Yep.
love,
I
and they're
as
going to
much of it.
compromise it.
I remember.
Hmm.
I know he is quote unquote controversy, but
Hmm.
remember the tweet from Kid Move how he wanted to change an entire genre because he didn't know how to equip items in Octopath Traveler.
Exactly. But that's what I'm talking about, right? Like, these people are dangerous to me. Like, because at any given time frame, yeah, they can seem harmless, but if a large portion or a large enough set of these people show up new to this game, and ask for specific changes, the developer could potentially capitulate, right? We've seen that problem in other mediums like comic books. And I kind of had this conversation partially last night and somewhat with Morgan earlier when I was like, I saw, I'm not into comics. I never really have been. I like
Rude.
them. I like them. I like art, but I've never had time to read comics. Like it's just never been my thing.
Rude.
But I'm a huge artist. Like I love manga and other forms like that. And the one thing I've loved about manga and stuff is a lot of them never bend or capitulate, their art style or their vision, right? For whatever they're trying to create. Um, and in kind, I told her I found it funny that in large part, what happens with these other mediums is these new people show up that do not actually read the comic or anything, but they seen it on something else or an ad or wherever they seen it, right? And they don't like what they see. So they attack the artists, or the person who draws it or whatever, or the company behind it, and say, oh, you're doing this, or I don't like that woman has really big breasts and that's not right, or something, whatever it is, right? But whatever the issue is, right? And they're demanding change, but they're not your consumer base. So let's say you do bend and you change, and now you actually alienate the people who did support you, who no longer want to support you because you bent to the will of people who don't even support you. So now your sales are falling off a cliff. Yeah, largely. I mean, that was a big one where a lot of criticism came from the hardcore fans, and they were like, "What is this?" In a lot of senses.
What the fuck is the Final Fantasy character? Also, why the fuck is this game so easy? I know.
Well, exactly. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many things that could change in games, that you don't want that, right? And I had this conversation, partially, like I said, with Kay, and I was like, and I brought it up with Morgan too. Like, how far do you have to go from the original game until it's a different game? Like it starts to become unrecognizable, right? And this is something we've somewhat brought up with Final Fantasy, right? Like you showed the recent trailer in the group chat, and we were talking about it, and I was like,
don't get me started.
You could tell me the Final Fantasy 16 trailer that you showed me that doesn't show any of the other stuff. It just shows the combat. And I would have asked you if that was a reboot to Devil May Cry or something.
Yep. Because apparently
that's
the combat designer or something that worked on DMC5, he is now working on Final Fantasy 16.
Exactly.
So why are you not working on DMC6 then? And
yeah, because we know how badly the sales were for 5.
Why should Final Fantasy become DMC?
Exactly. And that's the real question, right? And that's why I said some people think that the attack or the dislike of that is to attack the game that they specifically like. They like Devil May Cry, right? And this is a conversation, that we've had with Chris, right? And I was like, you can like Devil May Cry, but I don't want to play Devil May Cry, so I didn't. But I like Final Fantasy. I don't want Final Fantasy to be, Final Fantasy in name only and essentially play like Devil May Cry because I don't want to play that game. So it's like, how far are you going to go from traditional Final Fantasy, to the point where it basically could have just been named something else, right? You had Strangers of Paradise. Yeah, it has the Final Fantasy name on it, right? But it's not a mainline Final Fantasy game. It's an offshoot because it's so different, right? So it's not like Square doesn't know that, or companies don't know when they go so far they need to name it something else, because they do. So yeah, you run the risk of running into all these things, these changes for beloved franchises, that you love. Like my biggest fear right now, with as much as I love a lot of people getting into turn-based, I love hearing how Morgan loves, Persona 5 Royale, in Stone, and recently Sanctus is getting into it. And I know that they're genuinely loving and experiencing the game for what it is, right? So I love that because they're not trying to change it. They don't want to change it. That's not the point of experiencing it. They're playing it to experience something new that they've never experienced before. And those are the people I do not mind getting a taste of the game, right? Wanting to experience it and just going after it for what it is. Because in kind, the games that they feel that way about, I go into their games looking to go in like that. And I might be like, and if you don't like it, that's fine, right? That's not the question, right? But I'm not going to go into a game that they like. Like me and Kay had a conversation about Resident Evil. She asked me how far I got, and I was like, honestly, not that far. And then she remembered when we were having a conversation about puzzles, how much I hate puzzles. And then she also knows I don't like horror games. So she was like, well, why are you playing this game? Because Resident Evil is nothing but a horror game with puzzles, basically. And I was like, no, I know. I'm basically dragging myself kicking and screaming through this game. I was like, but she was like, at the same time, you're also not asking for Resident Evil to be something different. I'm not like, hey, what removed all the puzzles. This is stupid. Why is it scary? This is dumb. I don't want to be scared. I just want to shoot stuff. Well, go play Doom then, motherfucker. Go play something else. That's what other games are for. So, yeah, I mean, it's that's why I said my answer for this question is yes and no. Yes, I'm excited for the people who are genuinely looking to experience it that for whatever reason couldn't experience it before. But no, because there's a lot of people who are facetious and have ill intent, and only want to are upset basically at the popularity that your particular game may have, like a Persona or so on and so forth, and they can't wait to parade it around that they started the game and go, man, this game would be so much better if it was action. Fucking turn-based puts me to sleep. And it's like, all right, so don't play it.
Or if you remove the dating aspect, or if you remove the storytelling aspect, I would just
I don't want to read too much dialogue.
I don't want to read.
Too much to read. That's going to be it. Yay, I feel you. Before we have someone else chime in with his or her, I just want to read this because I'm pretty sure we would love this one. Viola voice actor in Bayonetta 3, Anna Brisbane, raises over $5K dollar for charity Trans Lifeline.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she did it in protest to the original.
Yeah.
And her anti-abortion
she
clinic or whatever.
She used all shades of awful, right? Racist, transphobe.
It's like, damn, girl, you started off on your side, you just kept fucking up, God.
She started on the quote-unquote right side, and then in one fell swoop, she shot herself in the foot.
She sneakily flipped was it wasn't really a charity, more like the uterus Gestapo, right?
It's like, girl, what are you doing?
Science against abortion, Jesus Christ.
I'm like, are you doing this on purpose? Like, what's going on?
No. She couldn't allow people to, she had to do it. It's her belief. So,
she didn't have to do it.
I mean,
she should just said, just donate to a charity. She ain't have to list them. Like, she ain't have to pick them. She should just been like, okay, guys, donate.
I said she had to do it because it's in her DNA. That's why.
No, it's not.
Because you knew she's not going to shy away from using her platform for something like that.
I mean,
you should have just took her L and moved on.
Totally fine, but people are totally fine with, buying the game, buy multiple copies, and doing what she did, which is raising money for trans community. So shout out to her. Um,
I bought collector's edition, so
Nice. Have you started it yet?
yes, I have,
You
and
liking
it's
it?
great. I am
Nice.
liking it.
Nice.
mhm,
So if you want to buy a Switch, I'm not looking at it.
mhm. So, wait,
Yeah,
what's your thought on the topic at hand? What Kay asked?
On the topic.
Oh, what Kay asked. We should basically other people getting to play the game that you have
Oh,
played before. Do you do you like that, or do you wish to quote unquote gatekeep?
Kay asked a lot, so yes, I do think that Jeremy liked for when he saw Kojima. Um, Look, honestly, I don't really care for other people being able to play the game. I mean, if they, can look, I'm not gonna cry that the game that was exclusive suddenly becomes available on another platform. It is what it is. I mean, I was able to enjoy this years ago. If you're happy with being able to enjoy it now, great. Uh, I'm not really afraid that people that games will change because people on other platforms are into demand. I mean, I think the like if we talk about the Yakuza franchise, I think the Xbox community is absolutely marginal there. I mean, they're putting it on there. Basically, Phil went there with a bag of money. Said, "Yeah, can you please put it in Game Pass?" And now they're going to, of course, keep on making it for Xbox because yeah, once you start, you don't stop. And and they're just like we know nobody on Xbox buys their games, but Phil will probably come along, give us a bag of money to put it on there for 6 months, and we're gonna get some extra cash, right? That's all they really
Apparently,
care about.
apparently for Yakuza, so far I know, Microsoft helped with the voice acting, something like that. They did. They did it not so. It was a deal, but they also did something for it. It's not just
You're talking about seven
But
specifically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or they let them use their with the Microsoft Sound Studio or whatever.
I
Oh, you
forgot
mean
what
the
they
dub?
might have
Yeah,
localized it. They did something big
Oh.
for it, which is what
Gotcha.
we're seeing.
whatever.
What we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, if you play Yakuza with the dub, you're doing it wrong.
Facts. Put them
Um,
subs on. Stop being scared.
Rek, what's your thought?
well, mm, I mean, if it's good, then then I understand. Like for Assassin's Creed, at first I didn't agree with the change they did. I was like, man, they kind of got out of their root, you know. But I guess they wanted to do something different
No,
with it.
no, they
How dare
wanted
you, Reg?
to follow what The
Well,
Witcher was doing.
How dare you,
I,
sir?
I have to be honest with y'all.
Oh man.
I did agree, but when I started playing Origins, I was like, okay, I see what y'all did, and so I like it. I like Origins, I like Odyssey. I like how the gameplay for Valhalla, but I didn't. At first, I was disagreeing. I was really disagreeing with all they were doing. Um, but uh, what they did for Final Fantasy, right? What they did it with 15, I was like, I said, okay, I could try something new with this. I'm a person that tries things new, new things, new, see what their ideas are going. And I was happy with 15, but I was disappointed because of the DLCs that you're trying to milk that game so badly that was just pissing me off. But I did platinum the game. I still had fun with it. I just didn't like how the story was going and stuff. But other than that, I mean, it depends. It depends what their ideas of trying to do. Because you can't please everybody. So it's just I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. I know some people will have problems with it, but I just enjoy it. I just enjoy what they got to see what their thoughts or their actions, what their motives are for trying to change the controls of the game. Um, you know, it's good to go back to their roots. It's good to like just put your roots in another game or whatever. But um,
let me ask you this, Rick.
mhm.
So see, it's not that all changes are bad. That's not the question, right? Because that's not how it is. Because all changes are not bad, right? Your games are going to evolve. They're going to get better. They're going to make some changes you like and maybe some you don't, right?
Right.
But let's say you load up the next Assassin's Creed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it loads up, and you're standing on the street, and the camera pans around,
Mm-hmm.
and the first thing you do is hop inside of a car and you start street racing, and it feels like Need for Speed. Are you
Or,
Oh
not
man.
gonna be pretty confused about what this
or
shit
I'm
has to
gonna
do
give
with
you a better
Assassin's
one.
Creed?
Or I'm gonna give you a better one. Rick,
Yeah.
you play GT7?
Yeah. Uh huh.
Okay, imagine if you start GT7 and it was what called an arcade game.
Oh man, it was an
Yeah,
arcade. Then I leave that game alone. I was like, bro,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what we're
you're not
trying to explain to you.
yeah. I'm like,
Oh man.
no, no, but nah, nah, I no, because that route right there is like that makes what GT7 away from other races.
I
But you
mean,
but you
that's
see
what
but you see but
that's
you
what
see,
made
right?
Assassin's Creed, and they killed it.
Yeah, they killed it. When they made Unity, they kind of brought it back. When they brought it back a little bit,
They did with Unity.
yeah. And so I had fun with Unity because they brought back the you they what was Assassin's Creed, and so I didn't play the others.
Y'all making
I
me
didn't.
sad with all this Assassin's Creed talk, to be
Are,
honest. This is,
Oh,
no, 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 no.
I
hush,
know,
I
I
don't
know
Are
care.
you
that's your game
aware?
game.
Are you aware they are afraid so much of hurting people feeling that they even fucked over Valhalla? Valhalla, you were supposed to just play as the woman. The guy make no sense to be there. And same with what's
I thought
called
that was Odyssey.
with Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey.
Cassandra was the main character,
Yeah.
but
And
because
then
they
the
didn't
Ubisoft
want
guy was
to
like, hell no.
remember when The Last of Us 1, it had Ellie in the front with what's called on the disc. People to PlayStation or rather Naughty Dog don't do that. It's not gonna sell well because there is a stigma that women don't sell when it comes to main characters. So
Why would they
so
do that? I hate when they do that, bro.
I
Like
know
it's like
we're getting
it's like
robbed of an actual good. Like to me, I played it as Cassandra, and I'm playing it as Eivor. To me, Eivor is a woman. She is not a man.
hmm, yeah.
It
I
frustrates
prefer
me.
killing way. I like looking at women's ass. You see, they got ass or
Go.
not?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You good, man. It's good. I prefer playing as a woman so I can look at their ass and to see if they got ass or not.
Nah. Um. I think we went through everyone besides Kay. Kay yourself, because you're the one that asked the question. I was not there to hear it. So shoot.
Oh yeah. So pretty much, Nate and I both agree, and like it's like yes and no, because it's like yes, you want more people to play, a game, a franchise that you love because you want other people to experience and enjoy what you have experienced, and what you enjoy. But at the same time, you don't want a bunch of people to come in and say, hey, change this for us. When, the game was, released with, their original vision on what they wanted the game to be. And the people who love the game, they are the core, original audience. And to solely change the game just to widen the audience, it like Nate said, it alienates, the original audience. And then the original
And like you
audience,
said, potentially widen the audience.
yeah,
Because it's not a
yeah,
guarantee. Yeah, but go ahead,
right,
sorry.
yeah. And then what happens is then your original people will go out and search for alternatives to what you actually want. And then therefore, you actually have, people leave. And maybe, the like Nate just said, potentially, maybe the wider audience, it doesn't bring in as much as they had hoped. And then you end up with less people buying into that franchise because you just alienated your original, and then you tried to cater to these other people that they might have seemed interested at first, but in the end they aren't. So it really stemmed, like we were talking about Resident Evil, and I said, Resident Evil used to be, a certain way, like really scary, more, just more horror based, more into the puzzles. And then they tried to widen the audience by making it more actiony, and then they had to scale back. And, in 7, when they announced, I said, all right, we're going back to our roots. And guess what? 7 came out and it was a fucking hit. And you know what they did? They went back to their fucking roots instead of trying to cater to the wider audience. But what scares me is right before 8 came out, they go, oh, well, 7 was too scary. We want, 8 to be more approachable. We want a wider audience. And then and that was also their excuse for adding the third person mode back into Resident Evil 8, because they're like, oh, well, some people find the first person, perspective like too immersive and too scary. When, and so they're like, well, third person, it kind of takes them out, so it's not as scary. But it's funny, it's because like a lot of original people actually prefer the third person. They just do. But we don't want it to go back to third person just because it makes it less scary. So that was made me really cautious about them, when they were saying, oh, well, we don't want it too scary. And it's like, but your original audience wants it to be scary. I mean, 7 was a hit because you went back to being scary.
Remember how
And
7 was
you gotta
legendary?
do what?
7, like when they first revealed 7, like
Mm-hmm.
that was legendary.
Yeah.
Because it was scary, as you said. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what's going on. You had no idea what the story is about. All you knew that you're literally with a group of people that's crazy, like a motherfucker. And then you find out with 8 that they are not gonna do scary stuff, which they did with the dolls. But other than that, I'm my worst fear is they might do with 9 now. It might now become a 6 again. You get me?
Yeah. It's just, I think it's frustrating when they they just change what makes the game what it is,
Mm-hmm.
to just to bring in more people when, in fact, it might actually not. It could just cause, the people that you already have who are invested to leave.
What do you say to, this is to everyone, what do you say to the people that says, when everyone plays, then more audience, are what's called, you get more new audience that experience the game. Do you think that's a good argument? Because to me, no. Because again, I will always go back to Kingdom Hearts and Assassin's Creed.
Well, no,
Yes.
because what brought people in to begin with or made them curious was the game as it was. Like, so like changing it to potentially appease a non-existent audience is the silliest thing anybody could do to me, honestly.
If they, like Resident Evil wants a less scary game, then make a new franchise that's not as scary.
Yeah, you don't need the Resident Evil name. The same way, like I said, with Final Fantasy. If it's so different, just make a different game.
It
Like,
doesn't feel like Final Fantasy. Yes,
it doesn't.
has the what called the enemies, but what's the point with having the enemies if it doesn't feel different?
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Souls games. I respect that they refuse to change anything to, I guess, help out people who aren't, a fan or can't handle the difficulty of their games. They're like, look, our games are difficult. It is what it is. You either like it or you don't. I just wish other developers would do that sometimes.
They're too afraid. They to try to be PG and all that jazz. They're too afraid. They're genuinely too afraid of people. Anyone have anything else to say about this topic, or we move on?
Nope, all good.
Okay, so we're gonna start, and yeah, I know with time. If anyone want to drop out, you let me know, cause we have a few topics that need to be covered. First of all, very quick, a retailer released God of War Ragnarok 2 weeks early. Cory Barlog isn't pleased. I
didn't even know that happened.
Wait, you said what happened?
A retailer released God of War 2 weeks early.
Oh, a retailer. Oh, shit, damn.
And Cory Barlog isn't pleased whatsoever.
Shit. Yeah, I didn't know that happened.
So, my question is there no way to punish companies like that?
I mean, it depends. I mean, if it's like Walmart or something, it's not really going to end up on Walmart. Like, they could blame it on a system error. It could have just been one person at Walmart.
Exactly. I think it depends on like the level, like Nate says, is it an employee level type of thing where an employee messed up and they thought it was.
Can PlayStation find out who did what?
I'm sure.
I mean, potentially. I mean, usually, if it's going to get scanned, or the person, obviously they know it's released because obviously people can't help but brag about it. Knowing that person's potential location, they could potentially tell someone. They could see the SKU and know where the SKU went. Like, there's
couldn't they disable the game? They see somebody playing it on because it'll be up on their PSN that they're playing.
Oh, yeah. Even if you're playing it offline?
That depends. Can you download it offline? I know some games require you need to be online at least once.
So I
know Uncharted, you had to with the Uncharted remake or whatever.
Well, according to the Does It Play or something or whatever they're called, like 95% of PlayStation disc-based games can just be played as is without any internet connection.
Yeah, so. This is not Xbox.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. It's just I know some games that do require it, so I didn't know if this was.
I know. I was just joking.
One of them.
But I don't think the issue is that people are playing it. I think the issue is that somebody actually sold the game 2 weeks early.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
And it's spoiling it, and it's spoiling the game too as well.
Yep.
Yeah, not to
So my
mention, I
question is,
don't think they would, I don't think they would punish them potentially because the person would also have to know, right? Like the person may not
Yeah.
even know that purchased it. They might just go, "Oh, that I didn't even know that was out," and purchase it at that store, right?
oh,
So
Yeah,
they're not
that's
going to
true.
punish
I
them.
can
but
do you one even better. I mean, if you pre-order that, it will arrive. They will send it to you. You don't have any control over it. So
That's
but
true.
let
Exactly.
me ask you this then: why wouldn't then PlayStation just say fuck the release date and just release it everywhere else then?
No, they're
Because
not
they
going to do that.
probably had,
There's too much marketing and money spent on a certain
yeah.
day. They're not gonna.
What do you mean with marketing? Cause now you're officially having people that gonna, you know, not down
Yeah, but it's
spoilers
not
for
everybody
other
though.
people.
It's a small
yeah,
section of people who got the game early. It's not everybody.
Okay.
Just like a
yeah,
small number of people.
yeah. That doesn't make sense. If like one shop that releases early, you're not going to change your release date just because of that.
Right. You can't do that.
One shop is
No,
gonna
no.
release it
If
early. It's
it was
gonna put
one day, you might get lucky.
it's
They might
gonna
just
put
say, yeah.
one shop gonna release it early. Gonna put spoilers on Twitter, on YouTube.
I mean, that's just part of
Well,
the
I mean,
game.
YouTube, you're gonna get blocked. Like that content's gonna be blocked.
It's like it's hard. It's hard these days for any AAA game not to get spoiled. Like at this point, like it's
That's
just
why I
it just
play
is what it
them.
is.
That's why I try to play them on time. That's why I can't be like Viper or everybody else that wait on triple games because of a backlog. Like now, I'm prioritizing, especially because, quote unquote, we live on Twitter. Like what I mean by that is we're always checking information and all that jazz. We
Yeah.
are bound to get spoiled because of that.
So all you can do is just maybe mute some words and hope
Even
for the
that
best.
doesn't help. And hope for the best. Yeah, precisely. Anyone have anything else to say about this topic?
No.
Because that was
I am a little upset that it wasn't a local retailer near me. I'll say that much.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I would have
I'll
definitely
take an
slid
early
through.
copy.
that
Shit,
was
I wouldn't spoil it for you guys or anything like that, but I'd definitely take it and play it.
yeah.
I'd be playing the hell out of it right now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be
me
like, oh
too.
shit, I can't even make it to the podcast. I'm sorry, I'm playing
I
Fire Drive right now.
remember getting Final Fantasy 13 2 weeks early. I feel you. The
No,
same
I
with
would get on the forecast and then start streaming it to the Discord.
yeah.
Yo,
Oh no. So that was
yeah.
the first what's called breaking news. The second one would be sad news. Ryan Karazija, lead singer of Low Roar, had passed away at 40. Ryan was kind enough to come perform I Will Keep Coming at E3 Coliseum in 2017. This is the lead singer for Death Stranding.
Okay.
Yeah, so rip to him. Now,
Man.
we're gonna start with the the final breaking news. Phil Spencer, this is from the horse's mouth, he said, we will continue shipping Call of Duty on PlayStation as long it makes sense. And then you have, what's his name? BG said something about that. Sorry, look him up.
By the way, it was a Target that sold the game early.
Oh damn.
Wow, Target.
You know where?
What? Target?
They sold the game early. It was a Target store that
Oh.
sold.
It doesn't say where.
Damn.
Let me do some research.
I mean, I couldn't get it anyway because I pre-ordered it digitally.
I haven't pre-ordered it yet.
I have the collector's edition.
Screw you, weeb.
Selling God of
So yeah,
War.
a broken game says this. So this is statement from what Phil said. There has been so many statements on this. Lol. As long it makes sense. For the foreseeable future. 5, 6, 7 years. Phil, just make it exclusive, which what I believe it's going to be.
That's what I'm saying. Like he keeps using these words. He's making
He
sure his
keeps
wording is
shooting
very carefully
himself in
because
the
of this
foot.
acquisition.
He keeps shooting himself in the foot. I really wish a ghost was here, because I would be asking him again, would you hire this man? I'm curious if it changed, answer would change
Yeah.
by
Until this
then.
acquisition goes through, he's not going to make any kind of declarative statements about whether or not Call of Duty is exclusive or not, because he's trying to make sure this deal goes through at all costs. So we could read between the lines and tell that he's basically saying until we feel like taking it off. Like to the point that we feel like taking it off, it'll be on PlayStation. So probably when the contract ends is when they're gonna feel like taking it off all of a sudden.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, I don't
They're
believe
lobbying
anything.
hard, by the way, because I just I was driving today. I heard on the radio there was like this somebody was interviewing somebody, I think a professor in the UK who was an expert in this, and he actually sat down with Phil Spencer, and he's basically talking to everybody who in some way influenced that deal, like even people who used to work for the CMA, like he's inviting them to dinner and shit. He's
Yeah,
trying
he greasing all the
everything.
palms.
Exactly. They're
Damn. Okay,
going
Phil.
What? Can you repeat that, what you said?
You know what he also did? You know what he also did? He took them out to dinner wearing a white T-shirt, and then he asked for a glass of water, and then just whoop,
Oh my god.
like all over his shirt.
So you like what you see, huh?
I am lost. What did Weave say?
Go ahead, repeat it, Weave.
Apparently Phil Spencer has flown over to the UK, and he's talking to professors on the subject, ex-CMA employees who now work as lobbyists, and just taking them to dinner and essentially trying everything he can to get this deal passed.
Any link of that? Because that's the first time I've heard it.
Oh, what?
No,
I think Weave said he heard it on the radio.
Yeah.
The fact that it's on
Okay.
the radio, though, is crazy. Damn.
That's surprising. I don't think that's ethical.
He said,
Well,
"Look, there's a fine line."
Yeah.
he's grazing it. Okay.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's the point of lobbyists, and
Yep.
that's part of the game, right? You're trying to.
Mhm.
It's not, you can't. It's not directly bribing anybody because you're taking to dinner, but if for some reason, an expert, gets called by the CMA, and they aren't sure, and Phil takes them to dinner. They might remember that pleasant experience, especially if you wore a white T-shirt, right? And might advise in favor of Microsoft. So that's sort of the game.
Yep.
I think that's gonna play against them instead of favor for them with that one.
Just be surprised what a lobster dinner can do.
And the white T-shirt.
Oh damn! Not the aphrodisiac though. Oh jeez.
Okay. I see you.
There's a reason why Phil Spencer wears layers.
Hate you so
Anyone
much.
have anything else to say about that one?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No, it's crazy though.
I mean, do you think he rubs them clockwise or counterclockwise?
Lady, sit in your lane.
I think it depends on the mood.
No, we're not doing that. So basically, we start with Phil Spencer said the following. So basically, what the information came out that
Switches it up.
They didn't hit their Game Pass numbers for the second year in a row, and they didn't hit it by a lot. What, 75% or something like that. With that information, they came out that Phil Spencer is not opposed to a price increase, and also there is also the conversation of him saying that Game Pass on PC is still doing numbers, but on Xbox it dwindled down. So they reached out, quote unquote, what you can say the max, what they can reach on console. The question is, what now? Because this doesn't seem to be the news that they are hoping for. If they want to convince, well, is that? I don't think they would be lying just to get through the CMA,
You
because
never know.
they would be with a different, problem with legal wise, I think. So I truly
And
believe they're absolutely not doing well.
I mean, I don't agree with Phil saying that they've reached their cap. I just think they just didn't have any first party content. So of course the subscription service didn't grow. There wasn't any incentive for people to subscribe. It's just
No,
like,
they did. They did. They had a few.
look, Omar,
They had grounded. They had grounded, and they
a
get
game that's been out for a year, for 2 years now.
lady. So you're gonna tell me a game like Halo
Listen,
didn't get them to
listen. I'm talking about this year. Halo came out last year. I'm talking about new growth. Of
but
course,
but
this year they're not going to get that because they don't have the
but
big AAA games that get
but
people excited.
they didn't reach their number last year as well.
Yeah, but it was worse this year, right?
I
Like the
don't know about
numbers.
that. I don't know
It's a
about
lot
that.
worse.
All I know is this year it's 75%. They didn't
I
reach it.
think before I judge, I think we should wait until after next year when they have their quote unquote bigger games like Starfield. I want to see
Really?
how that. No, I'm not saying because I'm an Xbox. I just like really want to see if it's actually because people aren't interested in Game Pass or if it's just simply that people don't like the games. Like if they throw their biggest game, which so far right now is Starfield, and the subscriber count doesn't increase, then I don't know what Xbox could do to get people to come and subscribe to Game Pass. So that's why I just want to wait to see what it does with Starfield.
They got Persona. Come on.
Look, I love Persona, but let's not act like this is some new giant get, okay? Let's not act like there's only going to be 7 people playing that game on Xbox.
Fine. Anyone want to say anything about this one? We
I have a better question. Did anybody write
don't
a letter
ask a
to the
question
CMA?
with the question, mister. Go ahead.
Hey, let that man answer how he want. Go ahead, Weeb.
Yeah. Did anybody write a letter to the CMA?
Hell no,
Weeb?
that's not my. Until PlayStation
Oh,
or Xbox pays me, hell no.
Yeah.
I did. I just for the idea that I might appear in the CMA's response to Microsoft, like, oh yeah, you said gamer
What'd
said
you
this.
write?
Oh, this gamer said this.
I want to hear it now. What'd you write?
Oh, just that Microsoft is bullshit because they're saying basically Call of Duty is not that it's not that big of a deal, right?
So why did you
Yeah.
buy them?
Shut up, Omar. Let me finish.
For real.
Quiet, Omar. God.
Well, it's not that big of a deal, right? So it's not a big of a deal that they acquire it and PlayStation will survive. And then they're arguing, yeah, but we would never make it exclusive because it's too big.
The way they be contradicting themselves. They did it a couple times too, and I was like, wait, hold up, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they did it a few times.
It's a damn shame.
So if that appear, even if they don't quote me, if that appears in their rebuttal, yeah, that's mine.
And look at my boy Weed. Oh, look, he in there.
I gave
He
him
made
that.
the contract.
I canceled the deal.
Yo, Otter Nation rules again. Let's go. Oh shit, we work behind the scenes.
Okay.
Oh,
Jim Ryan better give me that PS6 for free.
Oh hell yeah, or that PS5 Pro, whatever the hell's gonna be next.
Okay, I see you. Kay, what you thought?
I mean, I know what I would do to bring in more subscribers to Game Pass.
Lady.
I would. I okay. So this is what I would do. So I would go to big Twitch streamers, right? And I would make deals with them, the ones that have OnlyFans accounts, and make exclusive deals for
Oh man.
OnlyFan content to be on Game Pass.
Yeah, just make sure they have like Game Pass logos in the background
Hold
of the
up,
OnlyFans content.
they already using Dahyana. Did you forget?
No,
Who?
but like I
The
have like
lady,
a
Dahyana is the lady that said, "Don't blame Phil Spencer. He's only a human."
You
Basically.
ain't got OnlyFans though.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Doesn't have OnlyFans. You talking
She
about we need
doesn't have an
OnlyFans girls?
OnlyFans, but she is not a gamer. Why do they think they're using it? Come on.
I thought Game Pass was
It's not
censorship.
because of her. They are not. She is not an ambassador because of her gaming skill. We're not gonna bullshit that. Come on.
I mean, she has like 1 hour in Diablo or some shit like that.
Precise. She is on record saying
Gamer.
that she
Yeah, but
played
on
Quake
Xbox, you don't
3.
even have to play games to call yourself a gamer. Then you
Yeah,
remember?
man.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh man, that quote was so
OnlyFans
wild. I
is
was like,
not
huh?
gonna be helpful. They already have the semi version of OnlyFans, and it's not
I ain't
doing something
listen.
anything.
I don't have to drive a race car to be a race car driver. Damn it. Okay. I can just
Precisely.
sit here and watch and be an enthusiast, and I am a race car driver enthusiast. So that makes me a race car driver.
Precisely.
Hand over the keys, Jeff Gordon.
Spoken like a true what you call it, Xbox ambassador.
Hell yeah. Everybody's number one. Don't forget it.
That's basically what they represent. So I get it, Kay. You wanted to be cute and all. It was your first and only time to be cute, but
Oh man.
it didn't work with this one.
I
Next
think
time, better luck next time.
the most surprising news I think that we got from the whole Xbox's how they did, their revenue and stuff for the quarter or whatever, is that they're selling their consoles at like a $200 $300 loss with each one. I'm like, oh my god,
losing with two. Again,
I didn't think it was that much. I was like, Jesus.
Nah. PlayStation is selling with profit, eh?
Yeah, the base, the digital, not the digital version, but the
normal
non
version.
Yeah. So that shit crazy. I knew it was at a loss, but I didn't know it was that fucking much, like over half the price of the console. Like, god dang.
Again, if PlayStation was doing Game Pass the way that Microsoft was doing it, they would have filed for bankruptcy. I don't think they would be able to handle Game Pass.
Yeah, PlayStation need those sales, but then again, they can get sales. So.
Which explains why Microsoft didn't take the hit with raising the price, but it's also because they're Microsoft. Also, the yen is was not doing well, not the dollar. So
I guess we'll see after the holiday. That's what Phil said. We're gonna keep the prices as is through the holiday, but I guess next year we're gonna find out what these increases are and if they're gonna increase not just Game Pass, but also if they're gonna increase the console.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be interesting to see.
What's his name? Nate, you here? Because he said be right back.
He said he had.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he had bathroom.
What do you call it? You, Morgan, what's your thought?
I mean, like I said, the whole non-growth, it doesn't really surprise me because they had literally bare minimum ass first party content. So it's like, I wasn't expecting any kind of growth. I was expecting a decline. Like, yeah, it's not going to be good. Like, but I feel like Microsoft should have known this when they realized that they didn't have, like, during that announcement or even before they announced the Starfield and Redfall delay, they should have been like, all right, this announcement is going to cause a downturn in our subscription numbers. Like, there's no other thing because we don't have any other big game that's coming out this year. So we're gonna have to take the loss. We're gonna have to take the L. It's gonna be expected. Let the the shareholders and everything know. Like, look, it's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be. We're not gonna be the green. But yeah. Hopefully they can turn it around next year because they supposedly have what 4, 5, 6 games coming out. Supposedly, like I'm putting in quotes coming out next year. No definitive dates really, but we got games supposedly coming out. Like I said, Starfield, Redfall, and other shit I don't care about. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how Game Pass does. I definitely knew there was going to be a price increase because literally every subscription service, like they all increase prices. Netflix, Disney, HBO, all of them do it. So it was inevitable that it was eventually going to raise in price. We'll see. What I'm really interested to see is how high they raise the price and what's the cap. Because if they raise it, they're not going to just raise it once. Like all these subscription service, they raise their prices or like every year to 6 months. So I really want to see what's the cap. Like what's the highest Game Pass is going to go before like where they reach that cap and they're like, okay, we have to stop here because people are not going to subscribe.
How can they get away with raising the price if they've yet to release new content?
That's what they're hoping. That's why they're waiting until after the holiday to when next year, 2023, when they actually have games. And they're hoping they're also to seal this deal with Activision because that'll be another thing in their pocket. Like, okay, we got Activision will have Call of Duty Day 1. That's another incentive to subscribe to Game Pass. So it'll justify the price hike. So we shall see.
Okay. Rick.
Well, they console is trash. I'm just messing.
Damn. Okay.
Man, dude, I didn't think it was gonna be this bad though. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's horrible for them. I mean, that's their fault, for relying on Game Pass to put all this stuff in there. It's just like they need to know how to create, man. Start all the pushing it back. Start creating things within. Start having creation in advertisement. You see, all that lacking of creativity is making them making small advertisements bland. Because man, they need help in a lot of things. Because it's not looking good for them. It's not looking good, and so this console is like people buying it, but not many people are really keeping their console because most of that, man, I've seen the most so much Xbox at a pawn shop in a week. I'm like, bro, that's a lot of Xbox.
Aw, man. Don't do that.
I'm so serious. All I saw was from the P60 all the way to the X and the Series X and all kinds of stuff. It was just so much in that area that it was more than PS4s there. It was like what 3 or 4 PS4s, and so I was like, bro, people are buying the console, but they're selling it because they have no use for it, and so it's like, man, dude, that's bad. They got to do something about that because if these games come out trash, oh man. Nah, man.
Yeah, I knew something was going on when they started selling Series S's for $200 with like a controller and a game included. I'm like, God dang, they throwing everything in the bundle and lowering the price. Jesus.
Nate, you here?
No, he's so muted.
That's why. Weird. Okay, so I'm gonna go next, and I'm giving you Nate.
You ask Weeb.
Sorry, I went to Weeb.
Wait, did Weeb go? Oh damn, I'm sorry, Weeb. I'm so used to you being ignored.
No, he did ignore me.
No one is ignored this week or the previous week. So for me,
he's still ignoring me.
I didn't.
Oh man,
I gave you the option and you said your thing. Welcome to you said that you wrote for the CMA.
Yeah, but we were talking about the price increase.
Did we not? I thought I gave you. Sorry, I thought I gave you the road. But go
You
ahead.
skipped me. Yeah, I don't care. No, I don't care anymore.
Go ahead, Wave.
Nah, I'm good.
Wave.
Mhm.
I'm about to end it because we have Nate and me, and you need to sleep. So go ahead.
Xbox sucks.
Wave, be
I don't know.
constructive
That's a
with your
serious answer. Let that man live.
Wave, be genuine now. I need to know what you thought.
I generally don't really have an opinion on this. I don't care.
Okay, okay.
I don't know.
Nate, you
Statement
here?
to me, though.
He left us. He doesn't care anymore.
Nate, you here? No, it's not here. For me, you are way too nice on them with this one, Morgan. I'm sorry. It. You know how the memes that wait for E3? That what sounded when you said what you said.
Oh no. See, I think maybe I worded it wrong. I'm not giving them any kind of leniency because this is
You're not doing so. But you. Here's the thing. I get you. They didn't get content, but that's on them.
yeah, absolutely. I agree. Like I no. What I'm asking, I'm not saying people should wait and not make a determination. I'm saying I'm just curious to see if it's because they don't want to subscribe to Game Pass or is it because of the lack of games. I'm just curious to see what the answer is. That's why I want to wait till 2023.
Again, imagine how much of a double, if triple whammy is going to be. One, we already know how PlayStation is locked in 2023, and they haven't even announced a single third-party title yet for next year. No. We only know one, which is basically Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
If it's going, we don't know, but let give them the benefit of the doubt. It's Spider-Man.
It's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, Insomniac said they said it's still on track. Because somebody asked them in the comments and they said Spider-Man is still on track for 2023.
So Spider-Man, for what you call it, for Xbox, it's going to be no. For PlayStation, when it comes to third party, they got a lot. They got that Chinese game that look like Bayonetta. I forgot what.
Stellar Blade.
Yeah. No. What called?
Stellar Blade.
Yeah, Stellar Blade.
That Korean racist.
That exclusive. Sorry.
It's Korean, you racist.
Okay, it's Korean. I apologize. There is Stellar Blade. There is Final Fantasy 16. There is Forspoken. There is.
Hopefully, Final Fantasy 7 Part 2.
That. What else? I think there might be a few, but there are multiplats, so I don't count them.
Right.
I'm counting that strictly
exclusives.
I already counted 3, if not 4 exclusive.
I was about to say that other game, but I don't think that game's coming out later. That Team Ninja game, that's coming out like 25 or 24.
Yeah,
right?
no, that's a 26 game.
Okay.
24, 26. Rise of the Ronin. I know what you're talking about.
I'm so excited for that. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I'm excited for that as well. And Nate, you here? Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it after this one because I don't think he is here. And if you want to give his thoughts, you can do that next week. I would be surprised. Real talk, next year could be not the end for Xbox, that bullshit, but rather the nail in the coffin when it comes to, what I mean by that is this. PlayStation, we already know PlayStation is locked down. What if the Activision Blizzard deal doesn't go through next year? Then what? How is Microsoft gonna
Very interesting.
justify what's called
The
uh
price hike.
price hike? They
Hmm.
what? Starfield and Redfall gonna justify the price hike?
It's a good question. But the fan base will make excuses for it. Like, it's fine. Okay, it was already a deal to begin with. It's fine if it just raises up a couple dollars. It's still the best deal in gaming.
The only way they can do it if they play it smart and announce the family plan.
Yeah, they already have like the beta or something for the family plan or something, right?
But
Or,
it's not officially announced.
yeah, it's not officially
We
right.
don't know how much it costs. It's just in beta form. So
Right.
they're gonna play it safe and they're gonna announce it when it comes to its release, and it can be around $20, $25, and they're gonna get away then with the price hike, because now what you're gonna see people don't shift from we are not paying 40 or let's say 30, we're paying 25, we're not paying 25 for Game Pass, we're paying 30, but we're getting family plan, and that's for the whole family. So do you see how the conversation now shifted?
I'm gonna be like, but I'm gonna quote back at them what they were saying when PlayStation did their hike and price increase.
You
Why
already know
couldn't
how that's gonna be.
Microsoft eat the price? Why couldn't they just eat it? Like, why are they pushing it onto the consumer? That's not fair. Like, that's what they kept saying to Sony. Like, why couldn't they just eat the price? Like,
Yeah.
why do they have to push that?
So there is that. The second is, again, delays happen, but it's your job, as which Phil Spencer is the job, to make sure your company is suited to adapt. But he doesn't. He didn't even have the foresight to hit Gotham Knight up, hey, make it time exclusive, or day one in Game Pass. How you gonna get numbers up? And when Phil Spencer said that console numbers for Game Pass are dwindling, I don't think this is a matter of what called Xbox of content. I believe people just don't want Game Pass. So when you have that and you have the dog shit that is gold games, have you seen
Bruh.
games as gold?
Yeah, with those two games they were putting in games ago, the day before or yesterday or something like that. Oh my god, it was atrocious. Like they just don't even care at this point. It's very obvious that they have like a trash bin full of games and they just like pick two random ones.
Even the biggest diehard Xbox fans are calling
they
them
call it
out
trash.
on it.
Yeah.
That's
at this point, they might as well just get rid of it.
That's because they tried. Remember last year or 2 years ago
when they tried to like double the price?
Yeah, precisely. That was their way of getting rid of it.
Yeah, they're trying to get people to move over to Game Pass. Yeah,
precisely. Like, again, I keep telling people, if Game Pass is so good, why doesn't Game Pass prove it to me? Why must people talk about it? Why not have Game Pass itself show me that it's so good?
Yep.
So there's that. Final time. Innate, you here? 3, 2, 1. Yep.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, hey, mister, you're here. So, you know all about the situation with Game Pass and Microsoft not hitting numbers with Game Pass and Microsoft saying that Game Pass on consoles is dwindling.
Absolutely.
So, what do you think is happening? And do you think next year is gonna be do or die for them?
I think next year is a critical and a key point largely because the majority of people on that stupid $1 for 3 years bullshit, time's up.
Oh man.
I forgot about
So
that one. I thought you were gonna mention what I mentioned, which is basically what if the Bethesda Activision Blizzard deal doesn't go through?
I mean, that's going to be even crazier for them because they're clearly banking on that
Yeah.
by the increase in numbers that they were expecting, because they know that's what it will do for the people in the system that play Call of Duty. So they're definitely heavily banking on that. Do or die. I mean, I don't think they're gonna die, but I mean, it's a very
No,
critical.
that's not gonna die, but they're
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
it's a critical point.
absolutely take a hit, a big hit
Yeah,
with this one.
yeah. I mean, it's a critical junction. I mean, right now we don't even really know what they're gonna release next year, with the exception of Starfield.
Starfield
You
and
know,
Redfall.
yeah. I mean, honestly, we only. I got pretty good confidence that Starfield's gonna be all right, but that's one game. Redfall is still up in the air. So I mean,
Redfall looking a little ass. I'm not even gonna lie, but I'm
that's what I'm
gonna
saying. Like, yeah,
not judge the game before it comes out. I'm gonna
yeah,
hold
yeah.
back.
Like I'm a chill.
Something that a woman would nickname her.
Oh God.
You said, wait,
Oh,
what? Oh my
oh,
god.
oh my God.
Oh, okay. Never change.
But yeah,
So
I mean, they've got to release. Obviously, they've got to work on some serious releases for next year.
No, Redfall.
Redfall.
A Starfield.
I hope she didn't name it Starfield because that sounds painful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what they're doing right now. I mean, obviously they've got a ton of studios doing a ton of stuff, but it's like, but what and when is the key thing. Like, Playground Games is obviously struggling with the development of
don't say
Shade
that.
K3.
They will call you
Or not,
out.
I'm sorry,
You
Fable.
don't have any
Fable, yeah.
proof
Who have proof of what?
that Playground Game is struggling.
Oh yeah, we can't say it
Oh,
without any proof.
Oh no, we absolutely can, because
Oh,
those
man.
reports came directly from the studio.
Mm.
So
Don't you
yeah,
dare to say that. They don't
yeah,
have any proof.
they'll be all right. And we know State of Decay 3, some of the team members were hospitalized, and having to seek help for stress and all this other stuff.
That shit
So
crazy.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
look for
there's
that, because I didn't see
I just
that
need to know,
one.
like, with all these studios that
Yeah.
Xbox has now, did they all start working on a game at like the exact same time? Is that why they're all taking approximately 4 to 5 years? Like, did they all start the day before the Series X came out?
No,
Like,
no.
like how the
It's
hell do you have this many
because-
studios and not anything that's ready to drop?
It's because they have an incompetent as a leader.
Oh, man.
Genuinely. I mean, you guys are going to be PG, I don't be PG.
I mean, they're in a state of decay. I mean,
Yo, shut the fuck up.
wait. I got one more. I got one more. Do you know what they call a heavy flow?
Oh my god.
Lady.
Redfall Infinite.
Oh my god.
Lady, but Innate, so...
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man.
Innate, what do you think is gonna happen now with, do you think they're gonna get away with, what's called, price hike?
I think it depends largely on how bad it is. Like if it goes from $14.99 to $19.99, not really.
You know that's where it's going.
Yeah, that's Netflix
Hopefully
territory.
Hopefully they hit like $17.99 or something.
Yeah, like that would be the smarter move. But
This is the same company that went from 60 to 120. Do you really want to talk about smart?
I mean, it also obviously depends on what else is actually releasing. Like, you can't just be hiking the price and giving nothing else, right? Like, I know they like to act like they're just
Starfield,
swallowing.
though. It's game of the generation, sir.
Yeah, and I'm gonna buy it one time.
Oh man.
And I'm gonna play it forever and never have to worry about it.
You're gonna be, flying across the galaxy, seeing hundreds of planets and visiting all that shit.
and it's gonna
You
look
know?
all so much better with all my mods. You know, on my RTX
You don't have
3080.
you're actually gonna have like the finished product versus the console players.
Exactly.
Shame.
At 60 FPS plus. So yeah,
Honestly, they better hope those rumors or whatever aren't true that that game is gonna be capped at 30.
I mean, that's already true. Yeah, that's
Oh,
happening.
don't say that. Don't do
Yeah,
that. Because I'm a roast. I'm a roast Xbox to infinity because all that shit they were talking about PlayStation.
What's called Starfield is not a rumor. It's confirmed by
it's a wrap.
their beloved.
God Howard. Oh God Howard. No,
not
Todd
Howard. 15 times the detail, Todd Howard.
Oh, Phil.
Oh man, 15
times the detail, Todd Howard. That dude.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they definitely playing at 30.
Yeah.
So
but don't worry about it.
Because
They already got the recruiters ready. Show me a game that can do what Redfield.
All that shit they've been talking. Oh, about PlayStation 5 not being next gen. It's holding back. 30s. Xbox isn't going to do 30 anymore. It's got the, it's RDNA 2, bitch. Like,
don't worry. The Series S about to play that bitch at like 400p.
Oh my God, yo, the endless amount of crap I am about to give. The storm that's going to happen. Oh, they're going to hate me. They're going to hate me.
Did you forget you are an ambassador?
Listen. I don't like. I'm only an ambassador when it benefits me. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be more honest with you than those Xbox fans are. Okay, I'm only an ambassador when it benefits me. Okay, right now I'm putting my pony cap on because if that shit comes out and they announce that it's gonna be 30 for real, like they do a public announcement via the Bethesda Twitter. Like, but people are gonna still be in denial. Like, they're gonna fix it later. I want a public tweet.
No,
this game is gonna be 30.
I remember seeing an interview from what's his name, Todd Howard, confirming that 30.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm just saying because as of right now, people could still be holding the hope. Like, well, it's still in development, so they have time to add a 60 performance, patch if they want. So I'm waiting for the day of to be like, ain't no 60, bitch. You getting 30 and that's it.
You know who thinks that? People who have never played a Bethesda title.
That's why I'm waiting. I'm just like, I'm just gonna give them the time they need to cope. And then as soon as it comes out day one, I'm gonna be on their asses. I'm like, where that 60 at? Where's that all powerful Series X? Oh, it's better than a 270 or some shit they were claiming it was. Like, what happened? Where that though?
It's gonna run.
Oh man, they gonna be blocking me left and right. Oh jeez. Let me get Kay. I'm gonna hit you up for some memes though. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, you gonna be busy.
It's gonna run worse than Gotham Knights.
Oh man, don't let it do that. Don't let it run bad too. Don't let it not be a stable 30 on top of that. Oh yeah, God,
that's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be stable 24.
24.
Oh man, that cinematic experience.
Nah, I feel like Todd at least patch like a VRR thing. Like, well, you can bump it up to 40 FPS if you want. Mm-hmm. And we gonna see the tune change about 30 real quick though from Xbox fans. You know what? It's not that bad at a stable 30. It's actually more cinematic. It's a lot better actually at 30. I've never really thought of it. 60 would have been too much for this game. It's just 30 is it's the perfect in between. Not too fast, not too slow. It's like good job. Good decision, Todd Howard. Just perfect. I'm like, I must be.
Would have been too much for this game. I'm dead.
Yeah, you need to slow it down. It's just you want to take in this game as is. So you want to see everything it has to offer. So you need to get it at 30. 60 would have been too much. The big picture in 30 FPS. That's the sweet spot. We're gonna see that.
Or
watch.
They're gonna confuse their refresh rate for FPS.
Yo, they're gonna be putting that shit, the little refresh monitor on their TVs. Look, it's not 30. See, it's hitting 120. look at the refresh on my TV. You see, it's hitting 120. Oh my God. 120 hertz, bitch. That shit was funny. It's gonna be funny. I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait until the final verdict, though. I'm gonna wait.
So here it is. It was announced Wait a second, the first one.
I'm just saying because with all the backlash that Plague's Tale and Gotham Knights, maybe they'll change their mind and be like, okay, maybe we do need to put a 60 FPS mode into this game. So that's why I'm waiting. I'm just gonna wait till they release it.
Like I said, part of the problem is that engine, right? Like people.
That crappy ass engine. Yeah.
Yeah, like people. These are the things that like PlayStation. PlayStation has them like
I have it.
well
Sorry,
ordered.
1 second, Nate. Despite the ugliness of the game, try to confirm that the game will be 30 FPS to be prettier and more immersive.
Okay, all I gotta say is that shit better look phenomenal. It better not look nothing like the shit I saw when they debuted that. For 30 FPS, you better make up for it in the graphics. All right.
I mean, it got to get it for free on Game Pass day one,
bro. Thank you. That's another thing. That's
another excuse.
Other fucking excuse. Well, I didn't have to pay for it, so basically, what you're saying is Xbox has the right to release trash into this service because hey, I don't have to pay for it. That's the standard that you want to hold Xbox at. Y'all can release whatever you want as long as I don't have to pay full price. That's like the bar you're asking them to reach. Like that's the type of games you want to play. See, I couldn't. No, that's not me. No.
I'm gonna go now to a game that actually exciting. God of War.
Yeah.
Final talk about that very quick.
Oh my god. This
with
man.
the leak, with the retailer selling it early, do you think PlayStation gonna bite the bullet and say release it early?
No.
No.
Okay, that's the first one. And the second one would be, what's the meta for it is going to be?
90. Yeah, 91 is what I feel like.
I'm gonna say 98. Okay. Here's the thing. From everything that I'm hearing, this should be 94, 95. But you need to pay the PlayStation tax. You know the PlayStation tax.
Yeah, that's a nice name for it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm being legit. What I mean by that is the PlayStation tax is real.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. It's like if you're not innovative, if you don't reinvent the wheel.
No. You can be innovative. If a person doesn't know how to turn off a PlayStation off, how is gonna review the game? Come on. You know how people are.
Oh my god.
With that being said, that's all I got for you guys. Anyone have anything that he or she wanna add?
To Ragnarok specifically, or anything in general?
Anything we talked about.
Okay, so was it reported supposedly that the subscriber count for Game Pass was 25 million, right?
That's the final number they said. I think either that or 30.
Yeah, but they don't actually know what it like. It is verbatim. Yeah, they just keep bullshitting around it. And the main thing people are focusing on is that that Phil Spencer said it's profitable for them, but the way that he worded it wasn't like, Game Pass is profitable in its current form or something. Like he was referring to, at the time they were asking him about the overall Xbox division. So if the Xbox division is profitable, that doesn't mean Game Pass specifically is profitable.
You absolutely know he is a politician, so you know.
Well, exactly. So I know you can't take, what he says unless it is literally verbatim. So at the time, like I said, they were asking him about something else, and that's when he answered about that being profitable, but he didn't say how it was profitable. He didn't specifically say, "Oh, it's profitable," on its own. He said, it's profitable for us as an Xbox or Microsoft. But, apparently, these guys are ready to number one, even if it was, it doesn't it's not even changing anything. Like that's the other thing that's kind of ironic. Like a lot of these people act like from a consumer point of view that like if he said it was profitable, all of a sudden all their lives change tomorrow.
I don't believe it's profitable. Because if it was, would they not share the numbers?
They
The
definitely would share the
exact
numbers.
numbers what's going on? Or do you
Yeah,
think
they would
they
share
want
it.
to keep it hidden from the CMA and all that jazz?
No, they would share it. It's not profitable.
Oh man, Spain calling Phil Spencer a liar.
Yeah.
I cannot. Okay, I have to put my ambassador hat back on. I cannot stand idly by and let you call
Okay.
Phil Spencer a liar, sir.
So, if anyone want to have anything
Well, he's not
to
a
say?
liar. He's
Otherwise, I
embellishing
need
the
to end
truth.
it.
Oh man.
Hold on. So I was going somewhere with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead. Be right back. I'm going to the bathroom.
So, you do know how to actually figure out the actual concurrent number of subscribers for Game Pass, right?
Nope.
All you got to do is look up how many people ate Tide Pods.
Can't stand your ass. Oh my god. Can't stand you.
So 25 million?
Oh man. It's an epidemic.
We're gonna have to look up how many people ate how many Tide Pods were eaten, and that's how many concurrent.
And that trend was
subscribers
wild. Like who started that? It's like, you know what I want to do? I want to eat a Tide Pod today.
People out here losing their lives for these challenges, bro. I cannot.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat some detergent today. That sounds like a fun idea.
Yeah, like
I mean,
if you don't get any games, what else are you supposed to do?
That's true. Let's see what this does.
I mean, honestly, I think they just misinterpreted the Tide Pod, like how they misinterpret everything else. They look, they see the packaging, but then they look at the Tide Pod and they go, "Oh, this looks like a giant, delicious gusher."
Yeah, it's a gusher in one way. Yeah, sure. Definitely. Yeah.
As soon as you bite into it, all
It's
all
over.
them chemicals will flood your mouth just like a gusher.
Shit. Shameful.
Yeah, I don't know.
So is Omar taking a dump?
Almost like yo, I'll be back.
He said he'd be back. He just left us to our own devices. Oh man, worst decision ever because we're about to. This whole thing's about to go left.
Man, Otter Nation.
Otter Nation all day.
The otters have taken over now. Boot Omar.
You're always in charge.
All right, this is Otter Nation as of now. Game Slayer is gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get to the outro.
Oh crap! I mean, welcome to Game Slayer. Hi,
No,
Omar.
I was in the bathroom. That's why I said be right back.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stay away from the Tide Pod.
As for the typhoid challenge, there is actually a worse one, which is basically they drive in an IKEA, they stand on the edge of the window, all four of them, and then they swerve left and right. People died because of the challenge.
I'm a little worried that you know too much about this challenge, Omar. You know, first-hand experience. Like, what's this about? What's going on?
Are you subscribed to Game Pass?
I used to.
Oh,
I
man.
tried it, but that's
man.
one of the reasons why I stopped. Because I had my
I'm
laptop.
so disappointed
I
in you.
wanted to play Ori too.
It's fair.
And
Ori's good.
That's why I was subscribed to Game Pass. But what happened is Ori 2, no, Ori was running well. It was the game, what's called, what do you call that game? Todd, Battletoad game. That game I was playing so I can give a review of it on G podcast, and that shit was running like terrible on my laptop because of Game Pass. So I thought I unsubscribed. What happened? Next
You
year
got charged
hit,
the next month.
and yeah, precisely next month, and they charged me. While that money was the money that Code gave me, so I can buy Dreams with it. But I was in Lebanon, so I couldn't buy it back then because internet was dog shit. So when I came to the Netherlands, I wanna buy Dreams. I go to buy Dreams, and I'm like, I lost my money because Game Pass. And here's the kicker, because Microsoft. And here's the kicker. It happens the second time before I realized that I need to turn it off. I thought, okay, let me log out and call it a day, and say I don't want to be, a subscriber anymore. I
You just
did that.
logged off. You didn't cancel the
No,
subscription.
no. I did cancel it, but even with canceling it, what's called,
Microsoft
I
said, "Where the fuck
forgot
you think you
I
going?"
forgot if I canceled it or not, but I do remember getting charged a second time. And that way I went in. I specifically said, I don't want for my Xbox to renew. Mind you, this is not an Xbox issue only. PlayStation does that as well with
Oh,
PlayStation
yeah,
Plus.
PlayStation got my ass with PS Now. Like I forgot to turn the back when we
Precisely.
still had PS Now. I forgot to turn the subscription off and to charge them for a year. But I was just
That's
too
how
lazy
they
to like
get
ask for a
you.
refund. I was just like, okay, that's fine.
That's how they get you. I wanted to get PS Now for PS Plus for cheaper, and all of a sudden I see that I am renewed.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember
Uh,
turning that shit off, but maybe because it's PlayStation 5. PlayStation 4 is
no,
turned off, but
no,
PlayStation 5 I need to turn it off now again.
because the update, every time it update, it turns it back on.
Yeah, they think they slick
Um,
with that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we're gonna sneak that shit right back on.
yeah,
You got
look
me
at
there,
that
bro.
shit. Again,
You got me
a CMA and other companies should focus on that and prevent that from shit from happening. Like, that's bullshit, dude.
there.
With that
Yep.
being said, that's it. That's all I have for you guys. I need to put my pizza in the oven.
You gotta, guys,
No
you gotta cut his
slicing
potatoes.
potatoes. Nah,
Aw,
that was
what?
last night. You missed out
Aw,
on it.
man.
Also, last
Damn.
week I was slicing potatoes and you missed out on it. Ask Viper. He
Damn.
always listens.
I missed the potatoes.
Also,
Shit.
yeah, you missed the potatoes. You missed the potatoes. Last night I did the potatoes. Well, it was not potatoes. It was salad. But still, I need to slice it. And let's get to
Mm-mm-mm.
our outros. First of all, shout out to Ghost. He had to leave Ghost in Garage Gaming. Also, shout out to Viper Reef, listening in his corner as always. And we now go to the main crew. Rek, where people can find you, and thank you for coming through.
You'll find me on Twitter, man. You'll find me on PSN. Well, my PSN's name is Raphael underscore C1989. Yo, you want to game with me or whatever. And I'm on Twitter as well as the Wreckage. No, yeah, Wreckage89. Yeah, just come on through, man. Thank y'all for coming through though.
Weave, where people can find you.
You can find me on Twitter as the Weep Sheriff at Infinite Rhizome, and also here on YouTube as the Weep Sheriff. Yeah, great
Mm,
show. The Other Nation.
and
Nation.
special thanks for Weave for staying
AutoNation.
through, because that's almost 4 hours. I apologize. Um, Morgan, where people can find you.
What's up, everybody? It's Morgan, aka Chill Bandit. You guys can find me on Twitter at the Chill Bandit. My PSN's the same. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. Shout out to the panel members. Great discussion as always. And see you guys next Saturday.
Okay, where people can find you.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at Kaylee1103. I look forward to Redfall and to its eventual sequel, Durstfall.
This lady.
Oh, man.
If for people who don't know, it's German for diarrhea.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
damn.
Switching it up on us.
Durfall. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Durstfall, yeah.
Durfall.
Innate, where people can find you.
Yeah, as usual, at the Real Innate on Twitter, Innate on all other platforms, the Real Innate on Xbox, but really I'm on PC. So otherwise, always gaming, man. It was fun. It was Peace.
As for me, people can find me at Carb_Shop on Twitter and Anime Squad every Friday 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and Vitamin G Podcast every Monday 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This was a fantastic show. Special shout out to Despair. This fucker, we need him on. He doesn't come through. Shout out to our new mod, Black Frost, holding it down. Great conversation with you, dude. Hope to see you next week. And shout out to everyone that came through. See Fresh and everyone else. And also, again, shout out to the crew. I say it always. I am having a blast with this one. This was amazing. Genuine gamers by gamers. With that being said, have a nice night or day, everyone.
Otter Nation.